Another one.
I can't be fucking arsed with tonight, to be honest with you. But
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams.
go on, crack on.
Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes.
He loves tits.
And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a sore. I'm putting that on the Lord.
I will knock you out, you cunt.
Yes!
Big, I gotta make it just for my kid. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is
The things are gone.
Fucking hell.
No one wanted that.
up on the ground and the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Tell him my Twitter.
What's your fucking
Starty87. What's your TikTok?
Are you
What's
on
your
fucking
handle on
TikTok?
TikTok?
Are you on
What the
fucking
fuck is it?
YouTube?
I'll follow you.
Fuck up.
You fuck off. Come on, let's
Anyway,
get normal now.
Freddie, how are you?
Did you just try interviewing me in a way that made this sound vaguely like a podcast?
Go on. Thank you for coming. Take it easy. Take care. Good night.
Another one.
It's happening. Listen, before this episode starts, we just thought we'd make a little clip to let you know that anyone who doesn't know, we now have a Patreon. It is patreon.com/another one podcast. And there's like a few different tiers on there. And we can go and get where you can sign up to us. And it helps us make this podcast. Helps us us pay for the podcast. Helps us make it better. Helps us improve and put more content out. We've got big plans for things we want to do. Haven't we? Since
Yes, we have. We've got big plans. We have got big plans.
Yes, Rob. Yes.
No, we have got big plans, and without anyone signing up to the Patreon, this will die.
Yeah.
This will go away eventually, because if we can't make it work financially, we can't keep doing it, can we?
No, we can't just keep throwing fucking...
No, and we've got Aftermill to buy, and that fucking costs
We've
a
got
bomb.
kids to pay for.
Yeah.
And listen,
We
I'll
need
be
to
honest,
keep this-
if I can't provide, I'll leave.
Yeah.
So
And we already know.
you don't want to make an orphan.
We already know how it's going, don't we? So we needed to be giving us something back.
Yeah, please.
Because we're bleeding here.
My kids are begging. My kids begging.
So sign up to the Patreon, patreon.com/another one podcast.
That's it. There's 3 different tiers, loads of different prices.
Pick one.
Pick one. Help
Sign
us.
up. You won't even notice it going out your bank. It's a couple of quid.
Less than a Tesco meal deal. Or, well, maybe more than a Tesco meal deal.
You'd buy
I don't
a
know how much
starving man a meal deal, wouldn't you?
Yeah, well, I'm
That's what
starving.
we are.
Look at me.
Look at him. Do you think that? Do you think this?
Help.
Another one. Another one.
It's happening.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 100 and... Patreon, that specials.
404.
Patreon, not Patreon.
One behind the Patreon now.
Public episode 104 with me, Simon Wozniak, co-host Rob Thomas, and we're joined today by the Riffmeister General, returning for a good cap amount now. You're getting up there with the best of the best.
I'm getting up there.
Quite seasoned.
I am your favourite podcast.
Kyle
guest
Legacy.
when Someone pulls out.
Kyle, so
No, we
you're
always-
Plough King as well, though, aren't you?
You already know.
Yeah. So we got Kyle Legacy to my left, to the non-viewing listener, and then debutante, sat 7 yards away from the mic like a pro.
He's been told inch to his mouth.
Hello, and
Andy Roach.
unlike Kyle, I was asked today.
Yeah.
So who did you go through before
No,
you arrived?
No one.
Rob?
No one. Yeah. You're
I asked
replacing
Kyle,
no one.
Who would he want? Who would he want? And he went, "Oh, I'll have a laugh with Roach. He's always good to rip." So I was like, "All right." So
Also, I reckon my
He asked
cable
that,
wasn't...
I said, but I heard, who would you want to lift home from? I said, oh, give me that Aldi TT. Give me that Aldi TT.
I've got some flyers from Edinburgh still in the front seat there, so you can't use it.
Oh,
Sorry.
I fucking love that. Nice. I can roll some joints on them. That'd be great.
no, George Zach was meant to be on, but
He wants to go and see Mark Norman
am.
at
It's sounding
Creatures.
nice. Thank you.
yeah. George Zach, but he's gone to clout.
Get that mic a bit closer, please, just because I'm just a bit paranoid. Yeah, that's it. Nice one.
Are we in? Are we in?
You get so paranoid. It's like you should really wear the headphones, but
Yeah, but it's not paranoid. We put the episode out and you can't hear the fucking guest. It's not paranoia. It's pronoia.
This question.
New word coined. I like it.
What do you mean? It's a real word, that.
It is now.
Pronoia. It's a real word.
Is it?
Yeah.
what's pronoia?
It's where it's basically what you've got. It's where people who are paranoid that things are going against them. You think everything's going for you.
Right.
So you think the world is conspiring.
I've got that.
You think the world's conspiring to make your life better.
Right.
Whereas paranoid people are like, what's going on? Something's going back. What's happening? Whereas the pronoid's like, oh, everything's working out fine.
Well, you were going down the whole professional route, weren't you? You were saying you want to be...
No.
He's professionally paranoid. You're professionally paranoid. That's what you were saying.
No, he was saying Like it is something we need to worry about because it does happen.
Yeah.
Like Rob's like, you know, when you smoke weed, you get a paranoia. Rob just gets the munchies side of it.
That was just a really forced fact joke. That wasn't even. That wasn't even within the realms of the conversation.
You got the king of the riff and the king of the root canal.
So pronoia is when you've got paranoia, but it's in a positive sense.
Yeah. Basically, yeah.
I don't see. Isn't that just optimism?
Well, it's similar, yeah, but pronoia is a thing.
Yeah, but I think an optimism hopes it's going to go well, whereas someone like me is convinced of it. Like I'm convinced one day I'm going to win the lottery, even though I've never played it.
Okay.
I just think one day I'll win it. I'll have a few goes and I'll win it.
Yeah. Okay.
It is just like it's just another word,
isn't it? Pronoia, or is that what we're doing?
You know the force factor.
Roachie's coming to fire, so
I said to him earlier, that's just team.
Roachie's only got.
We're fortunate.
He's on 6 hours notice. That's what he's come with.
I know.
Yeah. Oh.
He's had these locked up for 2 years, I reckon.
Well, I'm here now, boys. Let's crack on.
Oh.
Yeah, debutant. Good to have you.
No, it's actually a pleasure to be here.
Oh, we'll see.
I mean, I thought it was have a word, but whatever.
Oh, God, I didn't even let you sniff that shit. Can I just smell the mic? No.
What, friends with Jamie Carragher, yeah?
Oh, I am, mate, yeah. Me and
What's that link?
What's that?
What's that link?
What do you mean?
Well,
what was your link to say that? Or
no,
how
would you know each other? Yeah, like,
are you from Bootle, Rob?
Yeah.
Don't you think you're about 2 moves away from Carragher in Bootle?
Well, I'm about 500 yards from his man's house.
Well, there you go.
I'm from Liverland originally, but I live in Bootle now.
Right. Yeah. I think Bootle. Well, Liverpool's a bit like that too, but I think Bootle is a place where.
Right.
That 6 degrees of separation thing. It's more like.
But I mean, you got.
Oh, I've got. Well, I know. I used to work with his cousin, so that's.
Well, there we go.
Right, but getting him on a podcast. Do you think you could get Carragher on here?
No, I don't think so.
I think you'll know people. I think he's more.
I put a clip out about Carragher and he just fucking ignored it.
He told me about that. Yeah, shit.
It was your first.
Talk about his cock for about 5 minutes.
Was it your first podcast?
What's that?
Is it your first podcast?
Well, I've done. Thank you for mentioning it, Simon. So I've done a podcast, a series called The Scouse House.
Yeah,
right.
And I wanted.
Why did you decide to make it a series?
Well, I haven't really at the moment got the time to commit to a weekly.
Hasn't he got like Scouse Stephen Bartlett vibes? Just
right.
Like, oh, this is so
yeah. So I didn't have the time to commit to like a weekly one, so I thought I'd just like do a series
what else you doing?
with good guests. I'm just killing it on the UK comedy circuit, as you know.
You're fully booked every day.
Yeah. Well, I'll do my own shows, Laugh Hard Comedy, laughhard.co.uk.
Tell them about the fucking one on Thursday.
I was in Australia for a bit. Whatever, we'll get there.
He had this gig in Prescott or whatever. The gigs, they're always sick gigs or whatever. I had my uncle come down, but it was in. I did. He only comes to the good ones. He called the Cold Water Comedy Club, but whatever. And it was on an industrial estate. This taxi driver's dropped me off. He's like, "Are you sure this is the lad?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I think so." Whatever. I rock up. It's a pub in the middle of nowhere. I mean, it was great on the show because I was like, "I love a gig where I can get my MOT done while I'm waiting."
Hasn't got a car. Doesn't make sense. But
no, they didn't know that.
Roachie there. Roachie Roasterson. Nailed you there.
Andy Roasty.
Yeah. Andy Roasty Potatoes. What the fuck was that?
Well, he shouldn't be roasting me. I saved this fucking gig, the rat. I'm there looking for fucking batteries.
Are we allowed to dig comics out? It got progressively worse, that gig, didn't it?
Oh, my Lord. It
did. Dig everyone out, yeah.
I was cooking. I mean, 15 minutes.
You closing?
I'm looking around for riffs. I picked up a book that said 100 recipes for soup or whatever.
Where was this?
In this place.
He had this great riff. He said something about some mental illness came up, and he said something about the paranoia or schizophrenia came up, and Kaya went, "Must be mad having schizophrenia." You walk around thinking, "This is a good podcast." Oh no, it's me.
And he's like, "Can you relive it?"
That's a good riff.
You want to just go up on stage and be like, "Who's got schizophrenia?" Out of nowhere.
You got to leave that in the pocket, though. That's one of them ones that gets put in the pocket.
Oh, you're damn right.
Yeah. I mean,
any mental health is even close to schizophrenia. You got autism? Well. You know, my podcast.
I used to have an uncle who had schizophrenia.
If we're allowed to dig like other comics out, then if that's what I mean, I love them.
You
so
say
I
we're
will.
allowed, like
I will do because I love him. But Gary Harland, great comic, love him. For some reason, he did no material whatsoever as a headliner, and just went on. And in the end, you know, when you could see a gig's going sideways, the gig culminated with one of the audience members getting on stage, no stage, but getting up and showing a video of his cock to prove to Gary Ireland that he had a big dick, because Gary Ireland was saying he had a little one.
He came up with a video of this guy's cock, little guy, whatever, he had the big Joey, I'll give him that or whatever.
Did you get insecure?
And no, it's not as big as mine, is it?
Wasn't it?
It was man on a cold night or whatever, I guess. And then he showed it, and the crowd went wild. Like, even the girls in the audience were like, "Way!" Just flipped the video around of him, like having a wank. We were like, "What the fuck?" And then the Roach comes on, and he's like, "We got Russell Brand headliner." After that.
I didn't say that. We were talking about Jamie Carragher. He actually came on twice, Simon. And I want to put this out there as a, as thank you. How sound a guy Carragher is. He came down, done it once, and I was doing at the studios of the Anfield Rap, the Liverpool FC podcast. He comes down, does it, really good, and then about 2 days later, the people from the Anfield Rap send me a message going, "Got some good news and bad news." Oh, go on. And they go, "Are you good? Have we got all the audio fine?"
Yeah.
Yeah. And, but the camera that was on Jamie, the SD card's corrupted. We haven't got it. So I was like, for fuck's sake. I was thinking.
But they had the video of you still, didn't
Yeah. We got the video of you, and
you went, that sound.
I went through some mad. When you're just thinking, how am I going to fix this? And for some reason, I didn't even know why this would make sense. But I thought
audio only.
Well, that too. But I was thinking audio only, obviously. But then I was thinking, maybe getting that Darren Farley down,
right,
and then like making him put a Carragher face mask on, and then like taking it off, and then revealing, and then people going, "Was that really Carragher all along?"
You know what I mean? Farley, then you might as well just put a face mask on him. Just put anyone with a face mask.
That's true. But then the reveal of it being him, and then people thinking, so was that Carragher or not?
So Carragher did it twice for you.
So basically, I sent him a message and went, "You're not going to believe this," but told him what had happened, and he just sent me a fucking crying, laughing emoji back, and then a thumbs up when I'd suggested another day 2 weeks later. So,
but how? Where's the link?
Came back on though, innit? Yeah.
What, did you just message him on Insta? What happened?
I've known him. I played football against Jamie Carragher.
You walk like that.
I am very good, but I've not played in the Premier League, if that's what you're asking.
One thing I will say, so, when you're talking about, I did this gig the other day, turned up with loads of lads.
Yeah.
I've always thought he was a gimp. Like, because comedy would...
He's right there as well.
Comedy would make you believe that he's a gimp.
Yeah.
And then all my mates...
In the sense that we're all gimps?
No, well, in the comedy world, you're gimp level at the moment. Whereas I'm Jamie Carragher.
We're just...
And then...
retired.
Yeah. Telling everyone what they should do but couldn't do it himself. Just spitting on people.
But, yeah.
That does make sense. You do
spitting on open spots on a Monday night.
You do a night with Rob Thomas, just spoken word.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then after the gig...
And you always sat on the couch for some reason.
After the gig that I did for him.
So Rob was talking about the last time he's ever gigged for me, by the way.
It's fine. I'm really going to miss them 80 quids.
It was 50.
He thinks he's getting money for petrol.
No, it was 50 and two
I'll get the
pizzas.
DMs, I'll get the screenshots if you want. I'll get the screenshots. Yeah, it's basically all my mates knew him. I was like, what the fuck's everyone know Andy from?
How old are you, Rob?
36.
That's mental. That's crazy, isn't it?
How old are you?
I'm 35.
Yeah.
I feel like you could be an older uncle to me.
Really?
Yeah.
You sure?
Honestly, yeah.
What's like pro-noia?
Are you just trying to get molested? Is that what he's at a late age?
He's just trying to make out that he looks good, that he doesn't. Just because you're fit doesn't mean you look good, Because you've got weird eyes and loads of wrinkles. Like you definitely...
Don't talk shit about the teeth because he'll return them.
Kyle goes on.
His mouth's on finance.
Kyle goes... Listen, I said to last
never.
I said on stage at this gig, I said, if you don't laugh, they'll take him away.
Kyle's got this thing about me going to Turkey. Just see what Kyle does. What you know is he went to Turkey to get his done, but he got them done during the earthquake, to be fair.
He's going for your hairline, aren't you, Kyle? I thought you were going to Turkey for your hairline.
Yeah, but I was going to go this year, but I think I've got another year left till I have to make that plunge, yeah.
Right.
When Carl goes to Turkey, he doesn't want his own hair put back on. He's going to take some black lad with him. But like, put his froze on me,
Oh
please.
my lord, of course. And I'm coming back with so many turkey tops. You already know I got Liverpool away.
The LA Bakers.
Yeah.
Right, so go on, the link to...
Well, that's the saying. I mean, Bootle played football against him. It was a running club.
Where'd you play? What do you mean, like a
Running club.
Was you in the Harriers, was you?
His brother, John Carragher, runs Marsh Lane Harriers, or helps run Marsh Lane Harriers running club, and during the lockdowns, Jamie was popping down. So, and then
You in the running
I just
club,
asked as well. I mean, that can help sometimes. Also, I think he was following the Laugh Hard Comedy Club's Instagram page, and then I think I sent him a voice note on it. And then he just went, yeah, sound.
Hit him with a voice note.
See,
And I thought I was getting like really close to him, and then he went to Glastonbury, and I sent him. I've got his number, and I sent him a WhatsApp going, because he'd been retweeting or reposting, the episode links and all stuff like that. So he went to Glastonbury, and I just sent a message going, I was Glastonbury, he was your top act, and that. He just blanked me. So
what, blue ticks, blue ticks as well.
I'll turn mine off, so I don't know.
Have you?
Yeah.
You shit house.
Yeah.
That's good.
Stephen Martin vibes in it. Don't impose on my time.
I'd have just thought his management Sky would have gone, you're not going on any foot. Like, you know what I mean?
No one stop. I don't think anyone's stopping him doing stuff that he wants. Really.
It's
But
not
would
like
he
he's going
really-
on a fucked podcast, is he? He's going on.
He's not coming on this. Come on, do you know what I mean?
No, but I'm saying it's not like it's like, you know what I mean? Or they might be talking about some weird shit or whatever. They're just talking about Liverpool. Like that,
Right.
That would pass if a publicist saw that, they'd be like, oh, yeah, so.
Yeah.
But you know, what are your questions are going to be shite? I don't mean that offensively. I literally mean, I think if I was going to interview Carragher, I'd be like, how do I do something original here?
Like, you used to play for Liverpool, Jamie. Was that good?
Exactly.
Yeah, no, to be honest with you, the first one, looking back now, it was maybe a case of paranoia. It was better. It was the second time round was better, and maybe that's just because, you're a bit more relaxed. You maybe things that didn't quite work the first time round, bomb them out. The only thing that
do the same, did you have the same question?
We recreated one thing. If anyone wants to go and check it out, so you see, there's a clip where basically I set him up for it. I said, Jamie, every time on Sky Sports, every time you're doing one of those challenges with Gary Neville, you always seem to win. Is that true? And he went sort of like, of course. He's just a little fat mank. And then he looked straight down the camera and goes, there's your trailer. And he was doing that. I went, that's fucking gold. 2 days later, we haven't got it. And I went, oh, Jamie, that when he came back, I said, that was actually brilliant. Is there any way we can sort of recreate that? But we did it later on. So a moment came up to sort of set him up for it, done it. And to be fair, like even though it's actually basically acting, the clip that is out there.
Yeah, but you just have the same. You go like, "Oh, this is ridiculous. Let's lean into it." You both know you're faking this, and then just make that fun.
Yeah, well, I think there was a glint in his eye, so I said, "I'll set you up at some point in this conversation for it again." And like I go, "You were talking about Gary Neville there, Jamie," and he's going, "All right, I'm going to do it." And I go, "Every time you do one of those challenges with Gary Neville on Sky Sports, Jamie, you always seem to win. Is that true?" And he goes, and you can sort it if you watch the clip, you can sort it. I go, of course. What you'd expect? He's just a little fat mank, and then he looks down the camera again, but it's like with a knowing grin. Yeah. But little insider.
So you can play.
What level did you get to?
Oh no, it was amateur football. But the reason playing against Carragher is I don't think he does now so much, but for the time he was playing in the Brunswick. Do you know?
You used to play in that game? Yeah.
And my dad actually played in it until like a couple of years ago.
Yeah. Well, his cousin who I know played there as well.
Yeah.
I forget what his name. We works in the civil service.
It was so funny. About 5-6 years ago, Carragher played in one of those games, and it's literally just 5-a-side on a fucking Thursday night or something like that, but intense. And his team must have won or something like that, and he posted the picture out, but his team included my dad. Yeah. But he said something like, his post on Instagram said something like, 2 Carragers, I think it was his lad was playing as well. 2 Carragers,
lad, I remember the picture.
2 Carragers, 3 Gingers, and Tony Pulis. And Tony Pulis was my dad. He obviously didn't know who he was. so my dad dined out on that for a while.
It's even better getting roasted by Carragher's better than
I was saying to him on that podcast though. I was saying to him on that podcast though. There was a game when basically you will know this. You play football, so
I was very good football. Yeah,
sound. Is that true or?
I've never seen him play.
Right. Well, he's
a former lad who played for the Cat and Fiddle though. So
okay, yeah.
He must have been able to hold his own a little bit.
Yeah.
The Cat and Fiddle. That was you.
And Bootle.
What?
Yeah.
He was the cat in goal.
And he was fiddling.
I blazed one over the bar in the derby between the cat and fiddle and Bootle in the first 5 minutes. Fucking hell, that was heavy. That
Rob was doing his Barry Bennell impression on the side.
1 yard out and put it over the top of the bar. Fucking hell.
1 yard out.
Oh mate, it was a bad miss. That was 5 minutes into the big derby.
Yeah, it's more impressive that you missed. You could have just fell into it.
So you can imagine this game anyway. That basically when there's normal lads playing five-a-side on a Thursday night, but when Jamie Carragher rocks up,
right,
everyone is like going to raise the game, right?
It's sickening that.
Yeah.
So it's already an intense game. You know, Bootle lad playing 4C. It's already intense.
All you do is meg him the whole game.
Yeah, so then Carragher turns up, and so everyone just, it's all unspoken. Obviously, it's like, whatever, I'm playing. I'm just playing like 80%. You know what I mean? And everyone's like playing as if the life depends on it. But then what happened, and I mentioned it to him on the podcast.
The case Carragher puts away in Liverpool for one of them.
But then his brother.
He's 32, like, but he went away looking after a couple of years.
But then on this particular night, his brother John turned up. Yeah. And there is obviously what it felt like to be like there was a bit of a sibling rivalry between those two, and they were on opposite teams. So we want this
playing centre back, or is he just like playing striker his ass?
He's not five-a-side, isn't it?
Yeah, no.
Oh, you five-a-side?
Yeah.
Shit.
But
big pitch that bloody though. You could get sixes on there.
You probably could, yeah. But anyway, the point I'm making is with his brother.
Still goal line when I played there. Like.
His brother turning up and him having this like clearly like sibling like rivalry against each other. Everyone else is already trying to raise the game. So what was meant to be like a Thursday night
kick around
is like.
No, that's never happening. Not in front of a professional like that. Everyone's going. Yeah. That's a cup final for every fella.
I'd go the opposite. Me, not like I wouldn't side it hard, but I'd end up being mouthy as fuck. Everything to mask from the fact that if anything went wrong, at least I've made a joke out of the whole thing.
The funny trash talk.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So if something goes wrong, I'd be like, because it wasn't concentrating. The whole time I'm like, I'm megging you. You're getting fucking megged.
Yeah, you'd be like, you're lucky I've got a stitch.
Yeah. He was making me piss myself because he was clearly getting wild. He said, I can't play anymore. I get so wound up. He goes like, people waste time in five-a-side. People go 1-0 up in five-a-side and start passing it back to the keeper. I'm going, fuck this, I'm off.
I do that.
The park and the bus in five-a-side.
I play seven-a-side.
We're paid for the hour. It's 1-0. Kick it.
I take it into the corner and people go fucking
string it along the back too.
I love it.
You put it between your things and hop around.
I just put it in the corner. I just put my fat ass in the way and start wasting time.
Funny,
and people go fucking mental. 10 minutes left of an hour game, and I'm just taking a piss like that.
Yeah, that'd be so annoying. I'd be like, fuck you.
I've been banned from games just for like, guys, let's laugh in it.
So what was he like? Play? Was it levels?
Say that again.
Was it like levels with him? Was he or like?
I'm gonna sound like a dickhead now, but he wasn't. It wasn't sort of like Carragher's like fucking doing Ramonas and like flicking it over people's heads. He was just
but can you see the difference though? I played LFC Legends, and they just two touch. It's ridiculous. Just knock it round. You two touch. You're like out of like.
But if no one else is on Carragher's,
what I would say, he wasn't that sort of player, was he? All his attributes, his commitment. I mean, obviously, he had a lot of quality as a player.
Compared to a regular player,
it's
ridiculous our levels, though.
Yeah,
but you're saying no. I like that, Roach. You were sitting there going, not on special.
It wasn't though. But
Roach, you never even made county level. Is saying not on special.
Like, are people getting by him, or is he just like fucking Van Dijk and everybody?
He fucking like body checked me dad, and my dad went flying like.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Fully committed. Do you know what I mean? Like he
still wants to win. If he lost, he'd be pissed off though, would he?
100%.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's him all over, isn't it? Yeah.
Did he win?
I think he did. I think it was on his team. I think we did. It's one of these games where it's the reason it's quite intense is usually, or when I was playing, it was 3 teams. And it'd be roll on, roll off. If you scored first to two goals, or if it's
5 minutes,
yeah. And like if it's a draw,
if it's a draw, the winner goes off.
The winner, the one who was reigning champs has to go off. So there's it's almost like if you keep staying on.
Rules then, or what?
It's good though, isn't it? Because
I used to play that in the Brunny as well. Same rules.
Because you're getting if you keep winning, you're obviously getting more tired.
No, I've had that at training, like when I was in when there's teams waiting on the mats, waiting to come on for training. Yeah.
Score
first to two or
two goals
something.
inside a minute, and you're flying sort of thing.
Oh, that's
Exactly, but if you stay on, obviously you're more tired, and then the next team have had a breather. So
Yeah.
Then one team just dominates. You have to switch the players up. He's thinking this isn't fair. He's getting spanked.
Yeah.
So you're saying he wasn't anything special?
No, that's not what I'm saying. He's
I feel like that's what you're saying.
European Cup winner.
What was his
Liverpool
brother?
legend.
His brother
He's
play?
a good player. John Carragher, good
You're saying
player.
John's better than Jamie?
No. Jamie Carragher is one of my footballing heroes, actually, I'd say.
Was he?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't say that to him on the podcast.
Weird hero to have that, like.
But he's probably like...
Sign of a shit player.
What are you on about?
Just having a weird... No,
Yeah,
don't
but
be
he's
wrong.
in your all 11, isn't he?
Yeah, but you're not going to lose someone you aspire to be. No one's dreaming of being Jamie
No,
Carragher.
I think they do because you want to be that guy who's puffing out his arse and he just makes that last ditch tackle. It's like, yeah, but fucking Cafu just did that without the huffing and puffing.
And
you know what I mean?
You're Liverpool.
Nesta does it like.
You're both Liverpool fans.
I'm out of the game.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, I'm out of the game.
What's that mean?
Can't say.
We've discussed
No,
it too many times
no,
on the
come on.
podcast.
Right, okay.
Got to be progressive.
Off-
2023.
3-6-5.
Off my
5-0.
Well, I did
It's worse than that, isn't it?
I did neg him a little bit on the first one where I said to him about, do you know the last game he played Stoke?
Yeah.
And he had a shot from about 40 yards. And he had fucking
And at the post.
swatted the post. I said to him, "You just be gutted you missed that sitter on your last game." And he was going, he started answering and goes, "What sitter? What do you mean?" He bit like.
I don't think I've ever played with an pro. I've played with some people that have been good and then they've come down like, oh, he's good, but I've never seen like.
He used to work in the arena, Echo Arena, and this isn't a ex-footballer, but I played football against John Bishop.
He was not a bad player. Southport, wasn't
Played
he?
football against him as well. He's good.
Southpaw.
So there's
Football,
good.
not boxing.
He played for Southport.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, he's going Southport.
Yeah, I literally thought that's what you said.
okay.
What is that? He's run corn, John Bishop?
What?
Played for Southport.
Played for Southport in professional football.
Centre forward, wasn't he?
Really?
I think his brother was a centre forward, wasn't he? Wasn't
Was
he?
it?
I don't know. Anyway, his brother's good at footy as well.
I played against Wayne Rooney's brother when I was a kid. I think St Margaret's is still banned from playing what I think it was Crocky High or something or whatever.
Right.
It was just it just became a fucking brawl.
Yeah.
Like
Can you
crazy, yeah.
kick?
What?
Can you kick?
I mean, I'm a natural athlete, obviously, in every sense of the word. So I was like playing. I wasn't playing that game though. But I was there. I was smoking a bong in the bush. I popped my head out.
Right.
What's the score, lads? But no, everybody was just there. It was just.
Can
like
you
after
kick
school
though?
and
Like,
that.
do you know what I mean, or not?
I mean, I played St Margaret's C team. I played like growing up and all that, like local
No.
Halewood, you know what I mean, Cheagle and Child team and all that. But it was a lot more like heads and volleys in the street with the fucking against the gates than organised. You know what I mean? Basketball, obviously.
You
tough,
lasted
you
the
know what I
street
mean?
footballers.
The coach is like, "You're gonna make a decision here."
Sesame Street.
Fuck yeah, Fever Street meets Sesame Street.
But I think might be worth mentioning
Big
this.
nerd there.
Might be worth mentioning when I played against John Bishop. When I was working in the arena, so basically, I think Bishop put like a note through to the arena sales manager and said, you know, would you be able to get a team together? And somehow, whatever contacts list, he managed to wangle playing at at the Kirby Academy. It was first time round. And he said to the arena guy, you know, can you get some of your lads from the office and whatever? I was working in the events office, and we got a team together. I think it was it might have been 11-a-side even, but on that indoor pitch in Melwood, and it was Bishop and all of his sort of tour staff. And I don't know if you remember, he had a TV show where it went into sketches on his TV show, and there was a fella that looked a bit like him, but was like maybe 10 years younger.
Right.
He was weirdly, he was one of the players. I'm pretty sure he was one of the players. You know, John Bishop's stuntman. Yeah. So anyway, we're playing this game, and I think it was. Do you remember? It was probably, I would say, at the height of his
fame
breakthrough. Yeah, when he was. I think he'd done maybe 5 nights. He was booked for 5 or 6 nights in the arena, and this was the afternoon of the first night. And we're playing in Melwood, and we had this lad. We had this lad playing for us called Neil, who was an absolutely lovely lad. Neil Cairns, shout out.
Shout out Cairnsy.
Yeah, he used to. He was a cleaner. He's a cleaner. He left there. I think he became a postman or something like that. Not important.
A cleaner who became a postman.
Detail.
What position did he play?
But he played up front, and he was a very. I'm trying to
set him up. Set him up, and he couldn't take it.
Sorry, should we do that again?
Yeah.
What
position did he play?
We had Neil. He used to work in the arena as a cleaner.
All right, sound.
Come on,
You
Neil.
won't even take a laugh when he's offered one.
Sweeper that one.
Yeah, nice.
Go on.
Okay, so
in goal.
I'm trying to. He had the energy of a Craig Bellamy.
Right,
playing
Yeah.
up front.
Craig
a lot of
Bellamy didn't even have the fucking energy for a Craig Bellamy. What are you on about?
anyway. He had a lot of energy.
That celebration.
And I would say the first incarnation of Bellamy when the less
He's a good player,
yeah.
Bellamy.
the less cultured version of him the first time round, maybe.
I
And
understand
anyway,
what you're about.
he's closing. This is in the early stages of
A
the
lot of
match.
running, not a lot of slowing down.
He closed down. Bishop gets the ball in, knocks out his feet. Neil sets off, and I've probably seen him do this before. You could see it happening in slow motion. Neil just goes in for it, maybe loses his foot or something like that. Smashes into John Bishop. John Bishop goes flying up in the air. Fucking doesn't move for a couple of seconds. I can see. I just turn around, look at this lad Ian, who's the arena sales manager, going, for fuck's sake. He's on stage in 3 hours for the first of a 5-night run.
Sold out.
Yeah. I don't think he's going to be coming on in a wheelchair or something. But in the end, it was all good.
Did he say anything to him, Kenzie, afterwards?
It was such a nice lad, and it was clearly no malice. It was just all like energy. You know when you play football with someone
Could
like
he
that.
play that, Neil?
That lad,
Yeah.
he was decent. He could finish, and he was fast.
Right.
But that was about it. Nice
Played
lad
with a
though.
few lads who
I'm
can't.
good at finishing.
Last time I seen him was the Champions League final. We lost to Madrid. You know when you just bump into someone randomly in town.
I was
No,
there.
no, I was
He was in the Scholar.
Yeah, I was with you that day, wasn't I?
Yeah, but he was with us.
With Carl Porter doing slow-mo celebrations.
Lord,
It's when we
yeah.
went and got food.
He was doing the slow. My cousin was there. He's like, "Your mate's fucked." I was like, He's not drinking."
Yeah.
That's what he does.
Hey,
Just slow winking. We'd be at the bar. We'd see him. He'd be like halfway through a celly.
In 18 months' time, that'll have 44 million views. So don't worry about it.
We knew him when he was in regular speed. I'm saying
Yeah.
the industry slowed him down, but also speeding him up somehow.
So Liverpool reserves play at Formby. That was quite interesting. All them
On that little pitch behind Tesco.
yeah.
Yeah.
When they got them in the FA Cup, that was the big one for Formby.
That's a
It
nice
was only
pitch,
like
that, isn't it?
3-0. It was only 3-0. They didn't batter them. I'm sure it was Ngog there, or what was he called? It was Ngog or Ngo or whatever. Remember him?
Ngog.
Yeah,
Ngog.
think
You
he.
say Ngog, I say Ngo.
Yeah, Ngog and Go. I don't know.
Oh, I say Ngog and I say Ngo.
Do you want to talk about me some more? Or
I wasn't one to talk about you in the first place.
More Jamie.
Sir Simon.
What's he smell like?
Yeah, to be honest, yeah.
That's what that
He's a Lynx man, isn't he, for sure? Yeah. He's got a
Good
big.
luck, got a big
just
cock.
Just a lad, isn't he? One of the lads.
It's got a big cock.
well, if I'm honest, obviously Carragher, he's the headline guest on that
that
first
thingy from Red
series.
Rum.
Yeah, but hopefully, and this is genuine. Like, hopefully, some of these people, like for example, Fran from the Red Rum Club, it feels, doesn't it, like that they're coming. I think they're doing an arena show.
Well, yeah, doing an arena.
I think they've announced an arena show.
We're meant to have Red Rum Club on, but I keep forgetting to text them.
Who?
Tom and one of the others.
Yeah.
Who are they?
The Red Rum, they're a band in Liverpool.
Oh, sound.
Doing well on an American tour at the moment. They're good lads.
That's it.
They're, yeah.
Webster,
No,
Jamie
real
Webster.
life. No one's told me all life. The sister used to babysit me.
Is that he's Fran's cousin? Is he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the guitarist. Long one.
You give a bit of a Carragher vibe, you.
What?
The Wombats, what happened to them?
The back, mate.
Oh, the Wombats, yeah.
Still
I remember
In fact, Red Rum are now in the States supporting
Yeah, no,
them.
that's what
aren't
you
they? Yeah, is that what you said? Sorry.
Yeah, they loved them in Australia, but I feel like they're not gigging it. I remember I used to go, I can't even remember what pub it was. It was like, we go there because you get in there when you're under 18, and they just, I guess they had residency there every Friday.
Yeah.
You just go there to neck chicks, and they'd be like, oh, this is Wombats. I'm like, the shit, who cares? You know what I mean? Like, and then they came big or whatever. So.
I tell them when I knew them before they were big.
Exactly.
Used to watch them in the Swan.
I used to shush them before they were big. Shh, finger in the ear, lad. What the fuck?
Can't think of it. Let's
I
dance
used
to
to
joy
shush them. I used to shush them before they were big.
Because I'm moving. Put the other one back on.
Yeah, exactly.
Lost me beat.
Moving to New York, I'm trying to get him back to Bootle. I'll be putting ideas in that.
You be giving it an ambition here, lad.
Yeah,
Shut
yeah.
up.
How long you been doing stand-up?
I always roast. I always
didn't
roast
ask you,
Roachy.
but-
No, but I always roast Roachy because he started like when you start
he's a
20
friend
years
of
ago.
I
Started 20 years ago.
I opened.
And he only done it, then he came back
Yeah,
for like the last 3 years. So I always say,
Hang on, Roachy. I asked you, but we're going to listen to the opinions
Yeah.
first, and then you can
I
defend
always say he's
yourself.
been doing it 25 years. He'd be like, I've got this
Right,
gig. And I'm
so
like,
he's-
you've been doing it 25 years. It's
So
about
he's
time,
25
like,
deep.
I reckon it's 23.
15, innit?
23
How many? You reckon 15 deep?
I opened for Stan Boardman.
Right.
In the 70s.
At a gig?
No, When was it?
When was your officially first gig?
I did my very first gig. I think it was 2009.
Where was it?
2009. It was on South Road, you know, Stamps.
Yeah,
I think it's called the Water Pavilion now. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a fella called
Crosby?
John Glennon.
Well, Waterloo, but
Yeah. Oh.
Stamps 2 it is.
Oh, right. Yeah. Oh, I know. Yeah.
So a fella called John Glennon ran this thing called Muck Comedy. Yeah. Did you do some gigs for them or?
I did.
Yeah, I believe John was telling me like Paul Smith maybe did some of his first gigs
When he
with
first
them.
started off, yeah.
Yeah, Liam Bolton, Adam Staunton, people like that.
It's 2009.
We all did
Yeah,
them gigs.
around that.
They were just coming to an end when I started, which was, what?
So what's that?
2011.
09, that's 15 years in the game.
Well, I'm 13 years in the game
Yeah,
for
well,
10, aren't I? And then, but even that was only 2-3 gigs before. November 2010 was my first debut.
I mean, and then I probably did less than 20 gigs all in. Weirdly though, I went up to Edinburgh like with them, so they had like a compilation show, Muck compilation show.
How old were you then? You like 20?
I would have been 20 or 21, and then I just thought, I mean, I didn't have a card at the time, and just clearly the work ethic that you need.
Right.
Well, I'm saying work. I think you need to be a comedian. Looking at him,
He's gonna have funny bones. That's what you're on about.
You either need work ethic or no shame. That's what
Just
you need.
keep knocking
One
on
of the
that
two.
door. Eventually, somebody's gonna answer. Eventually, somebody's
That's
gonna
literally how
answer.
you stay over in some places.
Oh my lord, that's
just
it.
keep knocking. They got a couch. Have you got a
It gets
couch?
so funny they have to book you.
I remember.
Or Freddie gets sick.
I remember going to the. Obviously, you'd have fucking hits and misses, don't you, in your first few gigs or whatever. But I remember going up to the Preston Frog and Bucket, and I actually done quite well, or at least I got through. I don't think I would have won that night. Chris Ramsey was the MC, so shows you how long ago
It's
we're going.
09 then, yeah.
Yeah. And,
That is.
but I remember there was like, because I say no car, so I have fucking a bus, 2 trains, fucking a camel to get to this place in Preston. It's not that far away, is it?
Yeah,
and then I remember that I had to leave the gig early to get home, which meant you couldn't stay to fucking find out if you're gonna win or not. So the combination of those things, I thought, fuck this. And then I started seeing some of the shit that the Liverpool comedy circuit was cheering out about 2 years ago, and I thought,
I could do that.
I remember your first gig back.
I'm just waiting for you to start.
First
when
gig
you gonna
back
do
was
it?
when Dean was running the Jack still, when he first ran the Jack. The
Right.
Monday's there, and Roachy comes, and it's like a packed show or whatever. I think people are trying to get on. And Roachy's found this loophole. Here.
When did you meet each other?
Oh, we met each other after this. So he goes up to, because I think I was like doing the 15 spot or whatever, and then, you know, when he was booking people, and then Dean's like, he's like, oh yeah, we got these people on, then we'll smoke or whatever. Oh, we got this guy on. This guy came up to me. He's like, oh, he's a musician. He wants to like play at the end.
A musician.
I can't even say it properly.
is that El Baldino?
A musician. He's just on
That'll
loan.
be him in a few years' time, the way his airline's going.
You're fucking wearing a hat for a reason.
Pull a wig out of a hat.
MC Grinder.
Grind don't stop, baby.
Count Dracula. And I forgot what I was going to fucking say now.
When you met Roachy for the first time.
Oh yeah, and then he's like, I got this musician. He's gonna go on at the end. We're like, all right, so whatever, this game, I guess. Yeah. He's obviously going through divorce. He needs this. So he goes up, and then we're all like, people are like still sat there, I guess, we're kind of like leaving, and then he's just doing comedy songs. We're like, this guy's not even. He's headlining the gig.
Who, Roachy?
Yeah.
Who's Roachy?
Yeah, because they thought he was just
playing music to people leaving.
But he's playing like his musical comedy songs, so he's ended up headlining this gig.
You do musical comedy?
So I thought you might.
Hang on, wait there.
Yeah,
what
yeah.
year is this?
This is he does a bit.
No, what year did you start?
This was 3 years ago
I'm
now.
like David Bowie in terms of reinvention.
Right.
I've already had 3 different careers.
So you two met in 2000 when?
I guess when you first came back, innit?
Yeah.
I would have met.
Which
that was
is
your first went on
2021.
stage back.
2021.
Right, okay.
Yeah,
Right.
and yeah, I mean, quite
And then
quickly.
we're like, this guy's not even. We thought he was just going to play a little acoustic at the end or whatever, and then he's like doing bits or whatever.
So how did you get on at the end? Did you know? Did you blag Dean that you've been going a while or something, or what?
No, I literally just sent
told
him
me
a-
that-
Can I play music while people leave?
You didn't even say you were a comedian.
And then
Oh,
play
right,
comedy
yeah, no,
songs.
I did. I sent him an Instagram message saying, can I come down and play a few songs? This. I was actually doing like a little bit of a character on Instagram, like with songs, just comedy songs type things, and that was like a continuation of that. I wanted my mate to come down and film me doing it as a little bit of an extension of that. Truth be told, but it was funny.
Feels like a line how he's been called out.
But no, I was like fucking shortlisted as a top 40 musical comedian, Rob. No shame in it. I mean, I wasn't in the top 40 at first, and Rolf Harris passed away. I should say that.
Roachy getting them in, and Roachy getting them in.
But
He's come prepared.
Yeah.
It's like Sam Ireland, he's written about his hand. Like,
See, this is work ethic, Kyle. This is what I'm telling you.
I'm fascinated because I've never met. I don't know his story, so I want to listen to him. I've spoke to him for
I
about
go to write it on
15
my
hours.
hands.
So I sent Dean a message.
Carried away with the Sharpie and just colour them all in.
I sent Dean a message saying, "Can I come down and play some songs?" And he went, he went, "No, it's a comedy show or something like that." And I went, "Well, they are like joke songs." And he went, "Oh yes, Sam, come down."
Other a fucking joke.
And then I come down. I didn't realise. I actually did realise. Shows you how long I've been away. You didn't realise you like to fucking turn up dead early to get a spot. Although to be fair to Dean Coughlin, he knows how to run an open mic.
This is the Jack, though, isn't it?
This was in the Jack,
Right.
yeah. He's not doing it anymore, is he? But he had a very like strict, once we've got to, was it 12 or
12, yeah.
it's just too many, and all that. So I didn't get a spot, but he said, listen, all the spots are taken. If you want to stay to the very end and you wanted to play the night out,
Like they didn't officially finish. Then he didn't get brought up as actor. He's like, that's the end of it. Could we do X amount of notion or whatever? Next week we got so and so. We got this guy here just to play us out.
like the end of the Graham Norton show, and they were all yellow.
Hang on, so
And then he's killing. People aren't expecting him to do comedy. They're like,
why did you do comedy anyway at 20? Why? What made you want to do it?
Oh, fucking, it's probably the same reason everyone.
Daddy issues and that? Mummy issues?
No.
What?
No, it's just hilarious, isn't it?
Right.
Just watching comedy when you're young.
And you thought I could do that? Were you funny?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And then
he's vouching for himself.
well, Kyle's used to be saying I was killing.
I mean, that was the annoying part because we were like, what the fuck's this guy doing? He's like,
it's like nothing we'd seen before.
No. It's just
he did have a guitar.
I was ready. I'm like a bit of a Dale shouting out stuff. He's like, nah, I'm prepared, lad.
Right, so you just got it right, but then you had such a long break. How long? 10 years.
Oh yeah, so no, that's fair.
Why?
That was a while. Why that? Well, as I say, I mean,
sent his career up, wasn't
he? Yeah,
you're wealthy now, aren't you?
I feel as though.
Are you wealthy?
I do feel as though it's one of these industries or games or whatever you want to say. You need to be all in or all out.
You're not really answering. Are you wealthy?
Do you know what I mean?
Well, hang on, let him speak.
I'm not. Are you wealthy?
Did you agree with that? It's stand up.
It's hard, yeah.
But in your mind, it's either I'm doing this, or I'm not doing it, and
but you went, no, you're not doing it.
So I did it for 10 or 50 gigs or whatever, and I thought I'm out, and then I say it wasn't something. I don't think it's something that you can sort of pop it or pop out.
Making our podcast, I don't like.
No, I like it. I like listening to him.
I feel like
he's got a house in Crosby that he would not
let me stay there. We can get like all we ever do is
feels
scream.
Like high performance podcast.
He's so rich he doesn't want me on.
Yeah, but that's why that's his USP. That's Roachy. That's Roachy.
Too intense.
Yo, I like it. All this podcast is
Are
screaming.
you wealthy?
Well, what's your define wealthy as?
Do you have a lot of money?
Yeah.
No misses, no
Don't you
kids.
still with your mum and dad though?
What?
It's all Scottish, not Edinburgh, but he's got it.
Who's going around saying I'm living with my mum and dad?
I thought you live with.
They live with him.
Right.
He gave him the master suite. His
We
dad's
all
got a
live with
backpack.
Roachy, mate.
I pay the Wi-Fi. What more do you want?
Right.
What more do you want? No, live with me mum and dad. Fucking hell.
You said he lived with his mum and dad.
No, I didn't.
When we done that, when I done that Crosby gig, I said you stayed in Roach's. You went, oh, he's got to ask his mum and dad first.
No, before that, I actually thought you was living with your mum and dad. Actually, I didn't realise that you actually did.
Well, I'm gonna let Roachy
Or
answer
maybe
this.
we was going to stay in your parents that night. Or
Right.
something, was because it was closer or something weird.
So
got no
you got
idea.
no misses, no kids, and that. Right, so therefore he's going to be a bit wealthy then.
Yeah. But if he's living on his own in Crosby.
Yeah, so
Own your own
ever had a long
Neighbours
term?
with Carragher or whatever. Yeah.
Do you own your own house?
Blundell Sands.
Yeah. Well, Nationwide own part of it still, technically.
Where
But
about?
they're not sleeping in the other room. You know what I mean? It's,
Well, Kyle is.
I asked him, he said no. I said, can I rent a room up? He said no. I said, there's nothing in it. I'll put a mattress. I'll barely be there.
What
Give him
about
so many
Crosby?
ins. Nothing.
Do you want the address? Or?
No, it's your local pub.
It's
local
quite
pub.
close to a few of the schools. I haven't got any kids, as you said.
Check it.
Good catchment area. Literally.
Is it not by Roxall it is? Did we drive?
Not far from it, yeah.
What's your local pub?
The closest, which I don't go to, is the N-Bus, I would say.
Right, sounds.
But when we're talking Crosby pubs, what are you saying, Rob? What are you saying? Are you saying?
No, I just saw a new wheel.
I know, yeah, but what are you saying? Crosby pubs, the best.
So nice gaff then.
Crow's Nest.
It's all right. It's sound a little free up. 3 up, 2 down.
Nice. Okay. Right. So you left comedy, thought too much effort, not all in with it. Then went in, got a job in the corporate world.
Yeah.
What did you do in your break?
You may have heard me mention I worked in the arena, Rob. If you're paying,
so that was it. Just for 10 years in the arena.
Wait, you were doing the advertising at the arena?
Yeah, lots of different
I
jobs.
just thought you were like a little steward or something.
No.
So
No, you're big wheel
you
at
still
the
in the office
arena?
in the arena now?
No, I'm not there.
You still in the events business?
Technically, yeah, in a roundabout way, but more like contracts. That's right.
So then you never had any, in that 10 years, you never thought I'll just dip in and do one gig or anything? You just went, not at all?
As I said, literally, I think it was just... I mean, that's what you got when you're saying about what gets you back into it. I think it's just, I don't know.
He's 35, he's got no kids and no bird. Probably.
Yeah. And like also
just get out the house.
Just that thing of like regretting, regretting not having a go. You know?
And you think you're back in it for good now?
Yeah, I can't imagine
the bitter end.
when I'd
You're full steam ahead. Maybe he came to Australia with me.
Yeah. Laughing at conspiracy theories in Edinburgh.
Nobody ever comes, and then boom.
Yeah, but there's a difference though, isn't there, between like being all in and going with you? Like, as he said,
There's nothing more in than going, mate. What else have I got to fall back on?
To be fair,
You better believe I'm all in.
in Edinburgh, I think we're the only two people that make money.
I mean, yeah. Oh, I used to say every day, Roach would come in, like if he was doing the
I love Roach.
spots or whatever. Well, not every day. I through the week when I booked him. Not on the weekend.
Just retract that because it was the entirely opposite, wasn't it?
You piece of shit, I know. And he'd come in, and the crowd would be coming in, and they'd be fucking packed. And I'd go to him every day. I'd be like, "Yo, you smell that, lad? The fuck's that?" And he'd be like, "What?" And I'd be like, "Money."
It got me so good one day. It was the proper concern. It was like,
Roach, he's like, "Is it a gas leak?"
straight away I was going. It was such good acting from someone you would least suspect it from. Hey, what's that? No, You said you wanted to Callum Oakley as well, didn't you?
Oh, yeah.
And you just didn't get it. It's money, Callum. It's money.
Doesn't matter, lads. Whatever.
That's funny, that. I like that.
Do you want to talk about my show up there, laughing at
no.
conspiracy theories, or
I want to tell one story. Can I tell the story about the last night, the casino story?
which one? In Australia?
Yeah,
When Darius got kicked out?
Yeah.
I saw that video from Darius.
Yeah. So funny. He's put like the wrestling music behind it as well.
Yeah. That was in Edinburgh, wasn't it? Or was
He got kicked out of somewhere
Edinburgh,
in
the Loft
Edinburgh as well. Yeah.
Oh yeah. He got kicked out of the loft. Yeah, and all that. You can't go anywhere with him. They're like, welcome guys. He's banned. You're like, oh great.
So hang on. So go to do his kick out. Were you there for the Loft bar kick out?
No.
No, right. So right, do Australia then. Go on. What was the Australian one?
So we it was the Saturday when it was the last weekend of the gig or whatever. So it was the Saturday. I think we had some gigs Sunday, but it's the big night. So we were all like, it was the Liverpool game. Who was it? Liverpool Newcastle, was it?
Yeah.
Like I want to say 1 a.m. kick off their time or something like that. So you always go to the Crown Casino there. They got a sick sports bar, like fucking massive TVs. It is sick. Like
When you say massive, it's the biggest screen I've ever seen a football match on.
Probably, and there's 3 of them. Like it's sick, innit?
So I think
also they
bigger
have
than
a
the
lot of room.
salty.
They have room in the front for celebrations. I'm doing knee slides in there. They leave you a little room, and that it's sick.
Cardboard.
Right, yeah, you got kicked out. Yeah.
You're gonna miss the whole game, aren't you?
you got a picture with like a lookalike or something, didn't you?
What?
A lookalike of you. Do you remember that in a Liverpool shirt?
Oh yeah, they look like me. I was like, you are my son, this kid. Yeah. I mean, it was me, Sarah.
There's a good chance it would be as well.
Me,
in
Sarah
Australia.
Callahan and Darius Davies, and we're still at Universal Bar. We're about to head there, and then there's this girl that I kind of know or whatever, and like Roachy's getting into it or whatever. He's like next to her and that. And then he goes, we go to then we
might not want that out.
We smoke outside. We smoke outside. He doesn't want this part in, but tell them we smoke outside. And then the girl, she's like white-teed. She's all over the place.
Oh no!
Whatever.
Oh god!
And then, but
sounds
I haven't
now.
seen her.
His face turned now.
Sound Russell Brandy
Since
now.
Roachy's necked her.
Russell Roachy.
So I'm like, we get there, and I'm like, where is she? And she's over there, and I'm like, Roachy, what have you done to this woman? And Roachy's like, you did it with the joint, lad. You cock blocking me. And I'm like, Roachy, lad, what have you done? You know what I mean? We're all just roasting him and saying he drugged her and all that. And then we end up like, I get her a glass of water from the bouncer or whatever, and the mate's there, and we're just like, let's go in. Like, so we just leave her there with a mate or whatever, and then we go in and watch the game. Me, him, and Darius. Sarah Callahan's in there, and we watch the game, and it's sick. And then we're like, they're just vaping constantly, Darius and Sarah. So they told them like 6 times. The game's finished, so we're like, fuck it. We get kicked out. Darius is like walking out like that, and it's like it was 4 female bouncers. Like
why'd they get kicked out? Because of the vape.
Because the vape
constantly, and we're just fucking going off. 4 female bouncers, like cute as hell. Some of them they were fine as hell. And they're like getting kicked out, and Darius is like, "Give me a smile, baby." Like the whole time, "Can I get a smile, baby?" And Sarah's like vaping behind them and all that, like and stuff like that. And we're like singing "You'll Never Walk Alone." Then we go to the Mackey's there, and it's like closed. They're like, it's like 6 a.m. in it. They're like, it's going to be open in 20 minutes. So we wait. It doesn't. Sarah's going nuts. She's like, I want to see the manager.
She's going proper Karen.
Like, great. We're like, yo,
Don't
chill.
happen, bro.
Like, calm down. So we just get an Uber to another Mackey's.
Liverpool Twitter, do your thing.
6:30 a.m. at this point. I'm fucked. We're all just fucking hammered. We're so fucking stoned and all that. And I got this orange juice, and I was just making love to this fucking orange juice. It was so fucking good. I'm sipping it like that. And I got a Roach. I said, this OJ's so good. I think OJ Simpson's innocent. Like, if the glove don't fit, you got to sip.
The whole story for that line at the end then.
Yeah. Well, no, Roachy, but he just drugged the woman. What are you on about?
I actually have a message.
He made out with her, his saliva, drugged her.
I've got a message off her on Instagram saying that, you know, I'm sorry, I just never smoked weed before, and that's what happened. So
I mean,
she was none the wiser.
He left 2 days later. I guess who banged her a week later? You better believe. Yes. I've told him this anyway. But,
Roachy sloppy seconds. Yeah.
I mean, apparently, yeah. I mean, I'm not making out with her. I'm just like...
And below back from Roachy.
Did they mention that Gerard Butler couldn't get into my show in Edinburgh, or did that come up? Or
No.
Oh.
No.
Go on. That's it. No, so
I saw that on Instagram. So wasn't it? He wasn't at Hating Live.
So what happened is apparently he went to come into the Laughing at Conspiracy Theory show with Andy Roach, me, and he couldn't get in.
You honestly, you're so mad.
Camera 1, camera 2,
like you did them things on Instagram, didn't you? You got like all the comedians, like David Baddiel and that. Jalili, like why are they doing this?
Really? He's got no shame.
I never did it with Omid Jalili, so I don't know where that's come from, but I did see him and question whether I should do it. So maybe we're cosmically linked.
Was Marcus Briggs stuck one of them as well? Can't remember.
I don't like 4 of them. They were all me, lad.
I only seen the algorithm only push the ones that get viewing it.
So I've got the idea behind that is you seed yourself in some of these people's mind. You see Stuart Lee for the second year running. You go, Stuart, remember me? Your good mate Andy Roach. He goes, yeah. And then the second time he done it, it's like we're mates.
Butler trying to get in.
Yeah,
was on his own.
This is what he said to me. This is what he said to me.
What he said to
his manager had came to the show. It was either his manager or his agent. He came to the show earlier in the run and said, "You've got to come and see the show." And he whipped out his phone. You can see it on my Instagram. He whipped out his phone and he showed me it in his calendar. Andy Roach Laughing at Conspiracy Theories. But because Google Maps doesn't work properly in Edinburgh, he fucking ended up somewhere else. Basically gets to the show about 15 minutes late or maybe 10 minutes late, and the Just the Tonic staff either just go on rules are rules or don't know who he is.
How did he
can't come in.
Him in.
Yeah,
like even for the venue, it's great that he's there.
So,
you know what I mean?
Are you sure this is real and not just conspiracy?
Well, there you go. Yeah, there you go. No, I mean, as far as I'm aware, it was Gerard Butler.
You met him afterwards.
So what happened is he walked. He was with some rather attractive young woman and someone.
Well, let's not emphasise the young.
No, she was. Yeah, she was. I reckon she was in her 30s.
Oh, that's good.
But and also, I was quite slow on the uptake. It was 3 of them.
No,
and it was like a fella who didn't look particularly intimidating. Like tall though, but look like lean. Yeah, it was like he's obviously an ex-marine or something. Do you know what I mean? Like tough fucker.
An
probably
Spartan is what he was.
Maybe.
But extra in 300.
Yeah.
But so he'd walk down. If anyone knows the caves in Edinburgh, he'd just walk down the road and asked for like, is there another show we can go into? Obviously, went into Hating Live and that. But it was just so weird, coincidentally, really, that I finished my show, didn't know anything about this at all. Started walking off, and I told Darius, I said, I'll try and pop my head into Hating Live, like at the end of the festival at some point. And that was the night I thought, fuck it, I'll go in there. I'm watching the show for 5 or 10 minutes.
At this point, nobody's. And
Gerard Butler goes, "Are you Andy Roach?" He's like,
and then Darius picks out a topic, which is obviously a planted topic, because the format of Hating Live is like you like slag off topics in it or something. So he pulls out why I hate Gerard Butler.
Right.
And then the comedians start doing bits on it, and Andrew's watching it going, oh, it's interesting or whatever. And then he's something like, does anyone, Daddy says to go like, does anyone know what his actual job was or something like that? And he goes, I was a lawyer. and then like one, it was your mate James Beattie goes, oh my God, is that Gerard Butler? And it was him.
Yeah, but Darius knew he was there though.
Yeah, so I think some of them did, some of the comedians didn't. And so then it was like a case of all of these comedians want pictures with Gerard Butler, etc., etc. I start speaking to the attractive 30-plus-year-old woman.
Told you at this point that Gerard was coming into your show? No.
No. And then as well, I started speaking to her at the end of the show because she was just hanging around, and I think she was weirdly from Chester or somewhere like that. Yeah, maybe the Wirral initially, and then she'd moved to Chester. And anyway, I just fucking pulled out a flyer, and she goes, that was the show we were going to come and see. And then he comes over and starts saying it too. You're Andy Roach. Gerard Butler wasn't a big enough name to get into Andy Roach's show. Luckily got that on camera. So
could he not have gone to see you another night?
He could have done it, but Scotland were playing in the rugby.
Right.
No, he said, I'm coming back tomorrow night, and my cousin was in town, but Thomas is like, I'm going to watch Roachy to see.
Go to watch Butler. Watch Roachy.
Yeah. And he didn't come.
Celebrity goggle box.
Say, oh my God, Butler's watching Roachy.
I mean, he was never going to come. He's fucking busy as fuck, but
no, he looked like he was in. You wouldn't have recognised. I don't think, unless you were looking out for him, because he had a cap on, all beard long hair. You wouldn't have probably noticed him.
As soon as he didn't tell me who was on the video. He said, "Who's that?" As soon as I saw it, you could tell it was Gerard.
You can tell as soon as you see it, but I reckon he could walk in the caves when it's all dark and everything. You wouldn't know it's him.
Do you think there's material in this though? Do you think there's that? Not really. Trying to get out of it. The only thing I'm thinking of is the fact that he couldn't work Google Maps, and he's meant to be like a. In his films.
It's in the schedule. He had it in the schedule, and he was still late.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
You know what I mean? He plays like, I don't know, I've never actually watched.
I'll just say he's a fan. Just say he's a fan, innit?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Follow you on Instagram now?
No, another person who didn't reply to. Do you want
to come on Scouse House?
He didn't accept the collab?
Yeah. What's that?
Didn't accept the collab?
I don't think so, no.
Oh, right.
No. But there we go. Maybe next year. I'll do it again next year.
Have to get a 300-seater next year.
That's the beauty of Laugh Like Conspiracy Theories.
Sorry. Yeah. All right, yeah.
Oh, okay.
This is full.
Yeah.
So that's how we'll start this show. This is Roach.
Yeah.
It's a pay what you want.
It's free to enter.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but the good thing about conspiracy theories is they just keep coming, don't they?
Right.
They keep coming. So every year, I think up until the end of time now, I'll be going back to.
So that's your angle now.
Laughing at conspiracy theories.
He's loving his plugs, isn't he?
Waiting for Gerard Butler to come in.
I reckon that story will become a conspiracy theory. Now people are like, oh, remember when he came to?
Remember when Roachy deep faked to Gerard Butler?
Yeah.
Like when he had Carragher on his pod, but you couldn't see him. The camera was only on Roachy.
That's so funny.
That's your next issue, Jimmy. Roachy's conspiracy.
He claimed he'd worked in the arena for 10 years. No one had ever seen him. No one had ever seen him.
Hey, John, you know how far back we go?
You in a black and white picture frame in the Echo Arena. You're like, what the fuck?
His first gig when it opened in 2007.
More comedy.
that famous New York photo, you're sitting there, you're eating a meal deal. You're just all in these famous photos. You're like, how do you get the Lucasade Sport then?
Andy Roach's time machine. Yeah.
Doing Le Mans in his Audi TT.
That's so funny, that. That's sick.
Yeah.
It's just you in your house then, yeah?
Well, no one's there at the minute, but yeah, it'll just be me.
How's that?
It's bliss. I felt a bit, but I mean, I bought that not too long before the lockdowns, and I was doing, obviously at the time, a lot of working from home and Zoom meetings and all stuff like that. And I remember speaking to like quite a lot of people who were like in London in a 3 people in a 2-bedroom flat or whatever. It's fucking stupid amount of space. But it's the way the cookie crumbles, isn't it? You can't. I mean,
have you lived alone before?
You're not running an orphanage here. You know what I mean? You can have your own space.
No. That was the first foray into solo living. Yeah.
How did you find it?
Fine. There was when I very first moved in, I didn't have, because of the personal life situation I was in at the time, I didn't own any furniture whatsoever.
Can we delve into that or not now?
Living with his mum and dad, I think.
No, I was with an ex-girlfriend.
Have you had the long-term thing?
Yeah.
Have you?
Yeah.
How long?
4.5 years, 5 years, yeah.
Right.
I didn't even know this. What?
Yeah. Well, you
What was his name?
You said I've got divorced dad energy or something.
Sure, let me see the kids' energy.
This Kearney, is it?
I don't know who that is.
It's your mate, his bloody left back or whatever. He took out John Bishop.
Oh, I thought you meant Andrew Kearney there.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Wasn't that his name?
But that his
Kearney?
name was Neil.
Well, Kearney's from Mount Crosby, right?
Was
Neil?
Neil Cairns. Whatever.
Oh, so yeah, callback.
To a story that didn't exist.
Clearly.
So 4.5 years living with the Spurs.
Yeah, and basically, yeah. So I was living. It was her place. Their place. So I moved back briefly to my folks, and then moved into this house. But I just didn't have any furniture. So on day one, literally just got the bed. I got a bed delivered, and then that was it. And for about, I think it was about, there was no Wi-Fi, no fucking. I had no TV and nothing. So for a week or so, I just lived like with a bed in my house, and that was it. And you know what? It was bliss.
Sam, that, yeah.
It was.
So that happens when you move into house,
so good.
Do you not think it'd take you a little time to? I think it'll take me a little while to acclimatise to just being solo.
Have you ever done it? Have you ever spent time alone?
What's defined time?
I mean, isn't that every dad's dream? Is to like
there's time alone, but then there's being alone.
There's time alone, then knowing you're alone. Like when my time's alone, it's a reprieve. It's like the noise and the. It's.
But you're not alone.
It's like you know
left
like
your mate at the bar. Now you're alone.
You know when you can hear rumbling. That's what my time alone's like. I know it's coming. Like at some point, it's back.
Yeah,
but. Like just knowing.
Are you saying you like it though, or you don't like it?
No, he's not had it. You got living alone.
Not the same. So I'm saying you're alone and my alone are different. My alone, I know it's coming.
Oh, I see.
I know it's coming.
Yeah.
Whereas you're
you
alone.
are alone.
It's like looking out into the abyss. Do you know what I mean? And like I've not had that where I'm like looking out into the abyss. Like,
his alone's on loan. His alone's on loan. You're permanent alone.
You say that, but I'll probably meet up with former Miss Wales later on after this pod. So
there you go.
Former Miss Wales.
Roach you in Miss Real over there.
78, yeah.
Miss Real from 1978.
Miss Real. Sponsored by the Sun Centre.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't mean the country. It means that's what his mates used to call her. She's lost 5 stone over the summer.
North Wales Toboggan sponsors this year's Miss Wales.
Brendan Fraser in that new movie.
So hang on. So when did you have your long term thing? What age range?
25 to 30.
Right.
And what did you do before pre-25?
It was gay.
Rents. I can see that. Yeah, I've got the energy of someone who's converted. You've like been forced.
Yeah.
No, this is how a man acts. Okay, you hold yourself up.
My dad said if I want to stay, I've got to go to the conversion therapy down the local St. David's. No, what we say? What was the day before that? Just fucking pissing about.
So when you moved into this house the first time, you'd lived alone.
Yeah. Although there was a period when my ex-partner, she used to work away a bit. Sometimes for like, I don't know, a couple of weeks. That was probably the longest. So I had spells where I was like...
Did you fill your nights?
I had me... I was getting into mad stuff. I was getting into fucking... Well, some mad stuff. It's not that mad. Cooking.
It's that mad stuff you like.
Roachy stuck in the 50s there. Mrs. goes away for 2 weeks. Gonna have to do some of this mad cooking stuff.
Have you guys ever heard of this? You think that's
hey boys, you're in the iron.
It's called a kitchen, and they've got equipment in
what
it.
What taps do I use for the sink? Hey, which tap watches?
So I got into this mad
keep up fringe the sink, but not happens.
This fringe activity called cooking.
After you finish your tea, you don't have to hit anybody. It's weird.
And then
nobody to blame.
And then after like the I don't know,
tea's cold. It's on you.
Yeah.
After the 6th lasagna I'd made from scratch, I thought I've got to try stand up.
I am nailing these lasagnas. Got loads of lasagna puns.
I can lay me jokes like I can lay this lasagna.
Close the Gino De Campo book. Open up the notebook.
And they were all yellow.
It's a shame.
Such a shame. We were riffing then until you had to do written songs.
Coldplay jokes.
I couldn't think of a comedian. I was trying to go from Gino to something, but I couldn't think of a G comedian.
Do you reckon you could live alone? Not right. Obviously you could, but how long do you reckon it take you to adapt?
To know you're alone.
Yeah.
Depends how big the gaff is.
I'd have a dip, me, where it'd just be like fucking rotten every night,
So-
just in squalor.
You'd still be gigging,
And then you'd have to,
still
then you'd
doing
have to
your
fill your
regular
nights.
stuff, wouldn't you?
So, Simon, what's your situation?
Same as me without the marriage.
Yeah,
So, kids.
kids,
Kids.
long term, living in new build.
Okay.
New build house, mortgage.
See, I think the size of the gaff would affect how alone you are. I think
Yeah.
living in a flat on your own, you don't feel as I think living in a house, if you're in a detached 4-bedroom, 3-bedroom
Where you
house,
can hear noises in another room.
yeah, and you'd be like, there's certain rooms you haven't been in for a week and a half because you've no need to go in there.
Yeah.
I think I'm in a fork in the road maybe in my life where I've got, you two here could sell that lifestyle to me now, and then you've got Kyle there who could sell another way of life.
Well, let me ask you this: you like water parks?
You know I do.
You do. Well, there you go. Do you want to go to an actual water park with me and Perv, or do you want the fucking fairy liquid on the yard
The slip
outside?
and
The slip and
slide.
slide.
Let's
What do you
book it now.
want?
Let's book it
Well,
now.
I'll just go
Book it now. What do you want?
2-week 5-star all inclusive, and we'll go to the water park in Tenerife while we're there. Siam.
Oh, little fucking. Isn't that
Tenerife.
less? That's the Las Americas one, isn't it? With the parrots.
Biggest one in Europe, yeah.
Yeah, that's sick. That one. I love that.
That was, what's it called, Adventure World in Perth?
Adventure World in Perth. Yeah, it's dry and wet rides, so it's a fucking. It's you know what I mean. It's a gypsy heaven, but it's a safety nightmare. You know what I mean?
Right.
You're like
Dad-
getting off,
Darius-
you're soaking, then you're slipping out of a fucking roller coaster.
Darius
all that
came
sort of
close
stuff.
to getting kicked out of there as well, didn't
Oh,
he?
Darius got kicked close.
Wasn't he
He just
roasting?
wouldn't take this bracelet off. He had this stupid fucking
Oh,
gay
man.
bracelet on, and this
Right.
like, I mean, it's a 15-year-old, so you're not listening to
Yeah.
her. She's like, take the bracelet off. He's like, no, and then he just goes down. He's left me there. So then he's like, your mate's gonna have to come back up there. I'm like, oh fuck, now I'm gonna have to just go down past this kid now. Fuck's sake. And then we're at the bottom like this. Fuck off. And then we just leave. We're leaving anyway. We're like, fuck off.
You rebels.
Oh, that was so funny.
So he's happy though with where you are. You know,
They're fine, happy.
Yeah, come on, Roach.
just the dark thoughts
What
stay
is
away
happening?
more often than they don't.
Oh, well, there's not enough noise to let them in. So
I
there's
don't
too
have
much
enough.
noise. You can't hear the dark thoughts.
Yeah.
With the constant, Dad, this needs fixing. We need
Yeah.
money for this, Dad.
No time to get dark.
Yeah.
I ain't got time to be going down a pit.
Yeah.
I got to stay fucking doof. Whereas you're sitting there going, oh, I feel a bit,
No time to ponder.
another lasagna and all that.
I'm the opposite because I've got so much time, but
You're too
there's
thick
nothing
to be
going on up
stupid.
there.
To be professional.
There's no thoughts, regardless how long I
There's
sit in a
point.
room.
You can't have dark thoughts or
Thinking
dark
like,
voices.
you're going to have to figure a way to work out this electricity.
There's no
in a
light
minute.
there to have a dark thought.
Just dark thoughts just echoing
Yeah.
in your head.
I'd love to
Kyle,
put
Kyle,
give me a
Kyle.
cabinet to put together with a kid screaming at me. I'd love it.
Yeah.
It's too quiet up here sometimes.
Yeah.
It's eerie.
No, I think I'm similar to you, but for some reason we've just come out looking different.
Well, don't drag me up with you.
Don't drag me up with you.
Yeah.
So do you reckon that's,
I mean, you
that's
are
you
one
out
of
the
my
game then?
proteges,
You reckon
obviously.
you want to be just comedian, living alone?
Solo forever.
Oh no.
No, you reckon you're going to find a honey?
I'll go on this second date with Miss Wales 2017 and see what. See if we can make some babies.
Wait, 2017.
Don't put that out. Don't
It's out now forever.
How old is When does it come out?
It's live stream.
When does it go out?
It's live stream.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
It's not.
That's why he's got the fucking straight into the metaverse.
Hello, Facebook.
Exactly. No stand. Can he? That's why he does it like this. Hello, Facebook.
Just straight tin cans to the end. Oh. So, yeah. So, what before you did comedy? What was you doing? Just cooking and that? Because I would have to film me nights. Otherwise, I would just end up. Are you a big drinker?
No,
I
you're not.
could have big nights out. I went through a spell where I didn't drink for a couple of years, which coincided with me starting comedy.
I brought him back. He's drinking again now. That's what it is.
Do you drink in the
You're not
house?
coming out of
Put up with
Australia,
him in
you're not
Australia.
drinking.
Thought I've got to have a fucking drink
Do you
here.
drink in the house?
No. Tend
No,
not
you can
to.
tell he's not 35.
straight, mate.
Yeah, no, there's not. That's not a.
No.
I mean, we had a bevy last night as well, but not really.
I don't. I mean,
I had the merchant. didn't we?
obviously, just you three have obviously just done that for your whole period. Or when did you start?
What do you mean?
Yeah,
Like,
Do you
pretty
mean
much.
with
Yeah.
comedy or do you mean?
Comedy, yeah. Because you can't
I didn't have a
get
kid when I started.
you
comedy.
can't get your head around people not doing it.
But I also struggle with empathy. So I can't get my head around anything that isn't the way I live
Oh,
or how I choose to live. So I just don't agree with people who don't just are exactly like me.
If you're sitting in a house and like
I really struggle with it. Like, why aren't you thinking the exact way I think? How's there any other way to think?
I remember feeling like that when I was like 13.
Yeah, well, imagine that.
He's
Just
stuck.
being
He's
so
stuck.
sure of yourself that whatever you thought at 13 lasts
I
forever.
remember when I was about 13, I thought,
I'm going to try and get this in the bin. Hang on.
maybe the way I perceive things,
Oh, that was shocking.
That was terrible.
that
maybe
was
the way I
shocking.
perceive things isn't the entire truth.
Nah, I just can't understand how anyone wouldn't.
Rob
perceive
watches like the Red Nose Day adverts where it's like a quid a month, and he's like,
Yeah.
"Fuck you guys." no empathy whatsoever. He's like, if anything, you're making me more hungry.
Let's be honest though, people do waste. I mean, to go like sort of round to your question type thing. People do waste a lot of time, don't they? But like not doing stuff. I don't know what.
I waste my days, to be honest. Like, I look forward to the night. If I'm
I
playing
do,
basketball,
I do fuck all now, but that's because I do so much. Like, if I got a chance to do fuck all, I take it.
There's a skill to doing fuck all, isn't there? And I've definitely got it.
I'm up to this part now where it's like, you guys have been doing this forever, but for me, it's like, I'm not booking gigs now. I feel like people are just booking me. You know what I mean?
Do you? Yeah.
Yeah, like,
I've come out the other side of that.
like the gigs that I've already done. You know what I mean? I still got to do little ones, but then also I'm like, fuck, I'll just take that week off now.
Right.
Luxury of that. You know what I'm saying? You guys probably
No
love that all
kid
the
though,
time. Like,
innit?
you probably take like 5 days off. Like sometimes, like it's not an A. For me, I wouldn't eat for
You're
those
insane.
5 days if I
Family to feed.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
I'm me more than Simon. Like,
Yeah, like you're not gigging on a Tuesday at night, are you?
no.
Yeah, exactly.
So who's the brains behind this then? Are you going to go home and cut this all together, or is it Rob that does that?
There's no editing in this podcast,
You want
mate.
edit?
You just go.
It's bookended by nothing. Yeah.
Oh. Who are we sponsoring?
You come to the
Who are we
live show,
sponsoring?
Roach?
No, we sponsor ourselves.
Yeah.
Our own adverts.
You come to the live show, Roachy, 19th of November.
Do you want me to be on it or to come to?
whatever you wanna do.
I'm
But anyone who
busy.
turns up gets on it. Like
Yeah.
When is it?
19th of November.
Look how desperate I got there. Where? I'll help you. You want me
I'll be there.
You want me to set up chairs?
You're away, aren't you?
19th of November.
Yeah, you're in New York.
New York City.
Is that going to be in the? Is that going to be in the all new hot water?
If the doors are open, yeah.
Statuarificity. Fuck off. It's just so hot. It's so hot.
He's audible.
I just hate it. But I love it. It's fucking awful.
Great, isn't it?
I just can't wait for the special.
Riff York City or whatever.
What? So
So you standing aside the court in the middle going, can I have a game, please? Please. I'm next
Robbie, you
on.
look tired. You sure you don't
The
want to
Mrs. Riffy River.
I'm next on.
So what do people see at a another one podcast live show?
Fuck did we know?
What
Yeah.
did they see?
Do you want to produce the show? You got fuck all else to do in your gaff.
What do you think about like stand-ups having directors now? That seems to be a new thing.
Can work, can't it?
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Fresh eyes on, say that probably works better if you put that as part.
Is that what the role is, broadly speaking?
Yeah, it's like so it might be different ways of seeing the show, so it might be different orders or
Structure.
So you want to direct it?
yeah, like literally.
Yeah, I'd let Roachy direct the Another One live show.
Do you two have to be in it, or
No, even
We
better,
were last
Roachy.
year.
First element of
Last
directing,
year we-
recast it. Let's recast this.
Last year we fucked off for 20 minutes. I just sat in the audience and watched it.
Carragher? I've got a job for you.
I had someone
You can get him on it, that'd be
I
good.
had a director for
But
one of my
he's
shows,
got to
if you
stay
can believe
toxic
that.
though, so he's got to be willing to like
Lose the blue tick.
split. So we'll have to spit in the audience again, but mean it.
2016,
He's got to back it this time.
Like Marilyn Manson.
I
He
just said
can't
my
shoot
name
himself and
directly
go,
in the show.
oh, that's a hard time.
Hang on. Go.
I just said, no, keep going.
Wait for the
I said in 2016, I had Zach Zucker direct my show, which is my mate. I just said it was a crowdwork show. It was called Fresh Prince of Comedy. My face on Will Smith's body.
Fresh
was
Prince
the
of
theme.
Riff Air.
And then yeah, it was. I just had it. Zach Zucker.
Fresh
He's a,
Prince of
he's a
Bel Riff.
clown. He's not even a comedian. He's just a clown. We just smoke, and I just put his
The
name
Riff
there.
Prince of Bel Air.
Oh, Riff Prince.
We should say though that when you're saying a clown, that's like a comedy term. You're not just saying he's a fucking idiot.
No, he's like a clown guy. He went to
To
Gully.
be fair, though, it is. They are idiots.
If it's Kyle's mate,
They are idiots,
he is a
mate.
fucking clown.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
If he paid $6 grand to go to whatever his name is, he's a fucking idiot.
Gully.
So when is it?
Now he's
Sorry.
on SNL, though, so boom.
Is he?
Yeah.
So, when is it again?
It's obviously unfunny, that, isn't it?
You're live on
November 19th,
November 19th. Sound.
3 o'clock.
Best of luck with it.
3 o'clock, and then Jamie Hutchison's on straight after doing his live shows. And then there's an after party.
There's got to be some crossover there, potential.
Oh, well, we invented Jamie Hutchison, so yeah.
He looks like he haven't finished them off. Looks like what's left body parts. Oh, let me-
Let life do the rest. Life's finishing him off.
when he gets that 70 grand in from the tour, that'll finish him.
Yeah.
Oh my lord, you'll get more than that.
Yeah, he will. Yeah.
Possibly, yeah.
That's sick.
That's all about money.
I saw his merch stand.
Yeah, no, he'd be doing all right now.
How much do you want a year?
Comedy. It's currently on a negative.
You know I never meant comedy.
And it
baby.
always will be, Roach.
Yeah, you know I never meant comedy.
So how you promote? How many nights have you got?
What, the Laugh Hard?
Yeah.
It's mainly Crosby, to be honest with you.
Rock Salt's a good gig. You should get Sam on it.
Yeah.
Well,
No, that
Rock
will
Salt?
happen.
yeah. It's above Rock, like the Rock Salt, the cafe. It's above.
Dan Nightingale did a couple of his previews.
Did
In
he?
fact, I should thank you, Rob. I should sincerely should thank you, because apparently he rang you up and said,
What's it like?
"What's this like?" And you went.
Who's
You at
this
least said
roachy
something
fella?
that he came down and did it.
Right. I said it was.
Roachella.
Roachella.
You should have a little festival going.
That was
Stamps.
It's a nice little
Yeah.
venue.
It's one of the many gigs in Liverpool I've not bombed yet, have I? I've not bombed.
How many times
One
you
of
done
your
it?
shows. I've done it a few times.
I like the fact that you won't put you haven't done that yet, and you just put a piece of paper on the TV.
Ah,
screen.
you saw that riff. That was funny, yeah.
It fell off, didn't it, during your set?
Put a poster on the TV screen rather than
Right.
just putting the thing on the TV
Right.
screen.
They can't work out how to do it. We did try.
So you just put it on a
Put a
USB, or
USB
something.
in it,
Yeah.
or just straight,
Nah, I like
screen
that.
it from your phone.
Stay that way.
Do you like the? Have you seen the club's logo?
It's like a purple thing, like
a purple aubergine.
Aubergine.
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Laugh
yeah.
hard.
Okay, yeah. I like it. I like it, Rosie.
How many does it hold?
I just like.
A gentleman's 42.
Should have it
I
upside
like
down.
the
Laughs
fact that
off.
as a club, it's like, it's a joke from the beginning. Do you know what I mean? Even the fucking.
Well, you're hosted, so yeah.
Well, exactly, the logo. We went to the big show in the Plaza last year, and like they projected that
I remember that, yeah.
right, like massive on the back. I was just thinking, this is.
What happened?
You got a show in the Plaza.
I was in the Plaza on Sunday.
What are you watching?
Race rally or something like that. I can't
I
remember.
was going to see that today before.
It's over.
was
We're
on
all
my own,
equal.
like.
Race.
What's
it called?
Yeah.
Race rally.
I can't
Race
remember.
rally.
Rally races or something like that.
Were you with the Jews?
Because he's put, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Actually,
He's
the
between
What
the
screen
Jews and the
was it?
Germans, seeing who won.
What screen was it?
Oh, it was the main one, mate. Yeah.
How many does that
Tom,
seat? 'Cause
Tom
we're in
Cruise's
screen
Top Gun.
560?
What was it called? Top Gun Maverick.
560
was
in the
cancelled
Plaza?
for Laugh Hard
Is that
live at the Plaza.
Is there that many old 560 something like that?
Fuck
Oh
off.
no, yeah, that's would you include that top tier? It's something like that. But I just wanted the what do you call it? The stalls.
Just wanted the bottom tier.
200. No, but
Plaza's-
seriously, have you been in there? It would be
course, yeah.
it would be a totally different gig, wouldn't
The
it?
Plaza
You
Cinema.
could do the top.
You could do it, but
I think it'd be a good gig.
maybe
So if people were demanding tickets to sit up there, you'd
You
say
wouldn't
no.
have opened it.
no. We could have. We could have.
Hang on. So the Plaza Cinema's got one screen with 500 seats.
Yeah.
It's mental.
Has it?
It's got
used
three
to.
screens.
It used to be
one
a theatre.
big one, 560 seats or something like that.
Here's a little known
And two little
fact.
80 to one.
Yeah.
Here's a little known fact about the Plaza, Simon. Hopefully you don't know it. It'd be embarrassing if you did. It opened and closed on the same day in 1939 because of the outbreak of the Second World War.
Okay.
Interested?
And was it community funded or something?
Go and
It is
see
now.
Andy Roach Conspiracies, Edinburgh, every year.
It is now.
Right. So
Well,
you
it's
did
got 1939 on the top there.
So
but
you
I
did-
thought it was the year it opened. It was the sky with pin
And
rubbers.
that was the first time that Andy Roach was on stage doing Laugh Hard in 1939 as well.
And every 20
Just
Andy
told you he's
Roach,
been doing it for
Just the
ages. He
stalls.
shut it down.
every 20 Andy Roach has ever done, he's always come off at 1939 as well. What? So hang on, you did a gig in there.
People ran out saying the bomb and they said
Yeah.
the war hasn't even started yet. That's just Roachy.
Yeah.
The war starts tomorrow. That's not the air raid.
bombed out Roach.
We're lighting them.
he said.
Every time Roach still joke, he'd go,
Oppenheimer's being successful. No, it was Andy Roach.
is that an air raid siren? No, people trying to ignore Andy.
So you did a gig in the Plaza, and you only sold. You didn't put the.
Top half, just in the bottom half.
But you think you could have sold that?
How many's bottom half?
Could have sold more. I don't know.
200-300?
Yeah, it's 200 more or less. Yeah.
Right.
And has it got like a stage and everything? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they did put like they've got stuff. Do you know what I
So
mean?
isn't there
for events, they have the odd like BBC events sometimes. There,
Do
is it
they?
called Any Questions or something like
question time.
that? I think it's called Any Questions on
Didn't someone give
Radio
you
4.
flowers as well?
What?
Like, was that gig where they gave you flowers?
Oh yeah. Well, basically, it was on my. I didn't do this. This makes me sound like an egomaniac.
He definitely did it.
What was that? I can't even remember.
It was.
It
I remember the joke.
The gig was on my birthday.
Did it
Yeah.
on his birthday.
The gig,
okay.
So I mentioned that. In fact, I made the audience sing me "Happy Birthday."
What date is your birthday?
4th of June.
1939.
So yeah, I was like going.
Born at
made them sing
1939 as
Happy
well.
birthday. I was literally on stage going "Happy birthday to me," happy, and then at the end I pulled out a party
Did you sing the whole
popper
song?
and done that, and then yeah, I done the hip
I
hip.
thought you'd
everything.
do you just do the first 2 lines and let the audience carry on.
Yeah,
You had no confidence that they would. So I'm going to do the whole thing just in case.
I wanted for some reason I thought it'd be funny to sing the line to me. So anyway,
Okay.
but what was your question?
Flowers and then
So I meant, it was my birthday, and I mentioned it in the first section, and then in a bit more crowd work, I went back to the same fella in the second section, and just said, "Oh Sam, did you get me anything for my birthday?" And he went, "Oh, I didn't know." And I went, "Well, I told you in the first section. There's been a break,
Big laugh.
yeah." Third section starts. I go, "Simon, moment of truth," and he actually had been to the Tesco down the road and got me a bunch of flowers.
Ah.
Yeah.
So,
Did you say we got him from a lamppost or something?
yeah.
Yeah, I did.
Who was on? More
Got them
importantly,
outside Parnell's.
You're
You know what? It was,
R.I.P. John. What?
It was Mike
R.I.P.
Newell.
Roachy.
Mike Newell.
Oh, yeah.
Opened the show. I also put Peter, like a fella called Peter Edge. I don't know if you.
Oh yeah, I've heard of it. I've seen his name pop
He's
up.
a lovely older guy. And then it was showing our perceptive understanding of who's going to hit it big. Carl Porter, Anna Thomas.
Yeah.
Break. Closing the show.
3 middle acts.
No, 2. It was 2, 2, 1.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh, so you went Newell,
New act.
new act, break.
Yeah, which was probably a mistake, but
So you had the new act follow Newell.
he did well. He did well.
Well, Pete Edge went on, right?
Yeah,
Local.
He did well, yeah. Yeah, I had a bit of that, and also sometimes I do think to myself, well, just because people do it this way, let's just.
That's fine. So then you had Porter and Thomas Middle, and then close
Let's
Scott
ignore
Bennett,
that years of
Scotty B.
experience.
Scott Bennett.
Scott Bennett,
he's
honest to
mad.
God, and I feel as though I would say I got like, despite what the
Sean
5 minute
Almy
riff,
making a bit of money there.
despite the 5 minute riff that he's just done, I do think I've got high standards in terms of I know what a good show is and what isn't, and on that particular night I felt, not because of the acts at all really, but just there was a bit of a sound thing going on, and it got sorted and all that, but it felt like with Scott Bennett going on, it felt like he can make or break this. He can sort of he can make this go from like maybe a 7 to like an 8 or 9.
And what took
And
it
he
to a
went on
3?
and he fucking, like, obviously I've booked him to do 25. He did like
Just
over
on an
40,
hour.
45.
Scott.
50 easy,
He was so good.
Was an overrun.
Someone went to
Must
me,
have been free parking at that gig.
one of my cousins went, he did all that material, he did that live at the Apollo. I went, he was on live at the Apollo for 15 minutes, he did 45, so there must have been some new
Yeah.
bits in there. Oh, he's so good though, so impressive. And
Shite.
yeah.
Every now and then he does give off a Carragher pundit vibe on this pod, and I like it. Roachy. Some of the
You
things.
can see where Scott Bennett took us to an all-level. Just
Yeah. Very impressive.
We had
If I can zoom in here on Scott Bennett.
he mentioned he had something like a bit of a sound issue in it
just as
early
he
on.
froze his arm.
We had a bit of a sound issue early on in the night, and like he went on and went 1939, the year they bought the microphone, and then that got a big laugh, and he was away.
Scotty B.
And then you guys see me live at the Apollo? No? Well, lucky for you, you're about to see it again.
Yeah, 3 times.
I think he referred to it as a crematorium because it kind of got that vibe on it, the curtain and all that. And then he said about it looks like a whale's vagina, and that was a little bit of I thought, stop the riffing now, let's get into it.
You're not riffing, you mate. Come on, you're a set man. Bits boy, come on, bits. Does the Plough have a
Read the teleprompter.
Does the Plough have an alcohol license?
Bits.
Yeah, I think they buy it from fucking Aldi, and I shouldn't say this actually. I know Martin, the manager, but they do. I mean, you mentioned it is a community ram thing, and
See that little community thing? That was a Carragherism.
It is a community.
As you mentioned then, Simon. Yeah. As Gary mentioned, you know.
It's a volunteer thing, isn't it? So you've got a few members of staff.
He's dying for the overlap.
There's a few members of staff there, but it's mainly volunteers and all that. So
Speaking of Arsenal,
they go down the Aldi, they buy X crates of San Miguel and wine or whatever, and then and I think it's pretty reasonable prices as well.
You gonna do it again?
Actually, funny you mention it.
All right.
Yeah, we're talking about a Christmas one for this year.
Nice.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Fuck yes.
That'll sell
So
well.
do you want to take some of the hurtful things back you were saying, anyone? Or does anyone want to? No, look. Too proud. Too proud to get a gig. Unbelievable.
And I'm free.
Fuck the plaza. Fucking stale popcorn. Fuck the same three fellas who volunteered there for 50 years.
He's not fucking a popcorn, by the way. don't throw it out.
Who's not there?
Hanging around the back of the plaza down Willoughby Road.
Give me the popcorn, hold the popcorn. You just want the butter? Then I stutter. That's what I fucking said. I'm giving you it hot. It's like that. Like
pour the butter, shake the salt.
Just jam a hood pad all over you.
In the aisle.
That's how we're closing. Yeah, baby.
Yeah, he's all over them.
And you see how the gig turns.
You need better volunteers in this gaff.
You actually did. You did turn up half cut to the Rock Salt Christmas special, Rob. We should mention that.
I'm still absolutely bad at it.
Ooh, Roachy.
I think we were downstairs. It was too crowded there. And I think I sort of started smoking, and then I was like,
it felt crowded. The noise from the left.
Were you on?
I was opening, he was closing. Yeah.
Who middled that one?
The way it should be.
There was actually two. Rob did both of them. You did the first one, I think, or the second, maybe.
That one. Oh,
you did the second one. You did the one when I was half cut.
Yeah.
What, you did the same gig twice?
Yeah.
Different audiences.
Different material as well.
As there was different audience?
Yeah, because that was my first one and that out in Crosby that night, yeah.
Yeah, because I was trying to make you stay out, and that's when you told me you live with his mum and dad. So I said, how come you can't stay in Roach? And you said, oh, he's got to ask his dad.
I think this is more me. I was trying to ditch you than roast you at this point. I feel like.
Probably.
Yeah.
Because that was when I was like...
You'd already put me on 6 headlocks that night. Here he is, my lad. Get the fuck off me.
I do love a headlock when I'm pissed. Like,
just get me on that.
It's like a lean. It's a lean that gets out of hand, innit? Back's gone, headlock.
I remember I was riffing with those boys after they were sound them, actually. I mean, one of them was off his face.
He was talking to us, wasn't he?
That was the Welsh lad. He wasn't anything.
One of your mates.
Was he not? Oh.
You were in the gig riffing him?
No, but you had I was we were with your mate afterwards.
Yeah.
We were with my mate, and this Welsh lad just interrupted us. Yeah.
One of our mutual friends after the gig was talking to me and Kyle, wasn't he? And going quite deep. Remember at the bus stop?
Maybe.
You were smoking a lot of weed. To be honest with you.
What happened there?
He was just going quite deep with different things and personal life stuff or whatever. But then he was also saying he was asking us why do you think it is that people like you do comedy and all stuff like that. His theory was like you aren't like normal people. You get an idea. Some people get an idea and then they just go, oh, that's funny, and then leave it or something. But you just can't not do something with that. You've got to take it further. You've got to explore
not
it.
a bad theory, like. Which one was it? Say the initials.
RT.
Oh, right. I haven't. Same mutual friend. Yeah, I know you.
Yeah.
Your dad.
Yeah. So, I'm excited for that Plaza gig then.
Would you like to come back to Rock Salt?
He's asking you.
No, I'm actually genuinely thinking of the Christmas one this year.
We
love a bit of admin on our pod here. Yeah, stand by the door, holding the charity.
No, we're gonna do a grotto. We're gonna do a grotto this year as well.
I'll dress Santa if he dresses as an elf.
Let me host it as an elf, John.
Yeah, and I'll headline as Santa.
Yeah, but you got to headline it with me sitting on your lap.
I'll do that.
I got to MC with you me sitting on your lap the whole show.
The whole show. Yeah, every act's got to sit on my lap. I'm going to do it for Christmas and try and do this.
Yeah, you got to do the set list for him.
Yeah.
I was worried at one point. You said, "Have you not got a stool for Rob?" And I'm like, "No. Do you normally request one? Is that normally part of your thing?"
Couldn't stand.
I'm good enough that if I want, I'll just have a little sit down.
Right. Oh, like you choose to
still sit and smash,
like a Tom Keegan thing.
Just like showing off. That's all it is.
I love it.
It's called stand up, but I'll sit down and still smash it.
Bill Cosby used to do that. Out of respect, I think it's the same, don't you?
Me and Bill are similar. Yeah.
He would stand up when he's raping, but he'd sit down doing stand up.
I stand for both. Some respect.
Well, it's been nice to meet you anyway.
Roach, you get the car running. Get the car started.
As you were saying, as you mentioned, Simon. Oh. So, your Plaza one, then you're going to go full theatre this time?
560.
No, probably not. Probably not. I think because unless you sell it out, it makes it shit.
Not backing yourself, sell it out.
I just think it's better. I honestly think it makes for a better show, and there we go.
He's not in it for the money. I like that.
Well,
We'll see.
I'm doing a show, Comedy Brexit. Can I plug that?
I thought we changed the name to that.
I know, but now it's like there's going to be paperwork involved or whatever, so I'm just going to leave it.
You know, it's not going to sell well if you call it Comedy
Brexit is. It makes it. We're making fun of Brexit. That's
No,
obvious.
it makes it sound
if
like
I say Comedy Brexit,
it
does
sounds like a
we're
fundraiser for
A
Brexit.
pro-Brexit show, really.
What's this show you're doing?
It's
What?
just me and my friend from Estonia, Ari Matty. He's hilarious.
it's like
Right.
eight years
Doing a show.
on though,
A
isn't it?
split show, and then I just called it. I just couldn't think of a better name, so I just called it Comedy Brexit. Like he said, Estoned, but it doesn't read well. Like it sounds good, but it doesn't read. You know what I mean?
It makes it sound like the comedy's going to be a certain type.
Two magicians in Edinburgh had a show.
Could I just call that because he's European?
Like it's going to be like something not. It makes it sound like that. Comedy
I'm not
Brexit.
going to see Comedy Brexit.
Two magicians had a show in Edinburgh. They're married. Do you know Alan Hudson? Ever good with that fella?
No, I've seen the name.
He's sound fella, but he's married to a comic as well. I think her name's Kat or Catherine or something like that. But their show was called Married at First Sight in Edinburgh, which I thought was a good.
Fight it was.
No, it was a different. That was Mark and Catherine Henson on it.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
They have
yeah.
a different show.
I'll know the story, right? Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I don't hang out with musicians. You keep going, lad.
So the show was called the show was called Married at First Sight. But and I was going. That's a funny title. I think that's good. And he went, it's been shit. You know, people can't read it. People are going slate. What does slate mean? It sort of shows you. You think you've got a banging title?
Sold well for them though, didn't it? For Mark O'Keefe and that.
Apparently so. Yeah. Different show.
That in Perth, yeah. Yeah, so it's how you read it. That's what it is.
To be fair though, if say one thing about this guy, he knows how to name a show.
Well, apparently not.
But no, I think
comedy in the table. Well, what have you got then, Simon? Like maybe comedians of yours.
For a style of show, for a certain. What do you mean? Like,
I just need a title.
What are you going to call your first show? Do you know?
Once they're in, we can.
oh no,
call
I
whatever
keep
we
going
want.
through various things that I would do. I always want to go back.
Popular demand.
Right, that's good. I always want to go down to my autism and just calling it like one because it's the first one, and then if I do another, it'd be called two because I just want to be a nice
Led Zeppelin as well.
All right,
Keep
Adele. Yeah.
like that's it. Just like this,
24.
Yeah.
like that'd be one or first or then second or third. So they go like
Right.
That's my thing. But then I have some things that I think
I
a
do like that as
title,
well, that's cool,
but a
yeah.
title is just get people in. Done it annoyingly, it will get some people in.
Yeah.
Like a horse will get someone to
So
back
where-
it if you call it a name.
Where are you doing this show?
What about comedy versus Brexit? Oh no, but then we have to do jokes about Brexit. Yeah. Fuck.
You still got to.
Why is Brexit?
Well, I just thought about that because it's a catchword.
What happened to
and it's
Europa
European.
League comedy?
Europa League comedy.
Yeah.
You like that? Yeah.
Where is it?
It's a hot water.
But then again, that's going to be football. You're going to think that's footy.
I feel as though
Oh,
Brexit's
I know,
done,
see,
don't you?
that's the thing, yeah.
I feel Brexit's long gone.
Yeah. Well, I can
Uh,
still change it now since the sales on. It'll probably be on sale now for what it is, and just Google my name. Just look up my name.
XL Bully comedy.
But I don't know what it'll be called.
what's
What? XL Bully comedy.
what's the comic called? Tasha Kluski, is it?
For what?
Is it a comic?
Yeah, no,
Tasha.
yeah.
She's from Essex, and a lot of her material is about sex. And I was saying, I was talking about doing a solo show next year in Edinburgh. I was going Essex sells, Essex
No.
sells.
Doesn't sit right.
No.
Unless you got people from Essex there, why would they care?
Hello.
Yeah.
But this is what we're doing. We're spitballing, aren't we?
And,
Are we?
Europa
Are we doing a
League comedy
podcast?
is up there at the moment, I guess. But
What?
what's
Sorry.
UN comedy or something? Like Scouse Estonian. We must have one more.
I ain't got anything.
Nah.
Let's crack this. Come on, let's get an half decent
That's
one.
cool. Let's call it another one.
Another one.
Call it Rob Thomas live.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm doing that. I'm calling
Do
it
that.
Paul Smith live. I want to sell out.
I thought you wanted.
That would be a great name.
I thought you
like,
wanted extra catering.
Just call it. If come see this when Paul Smith sells out. Like that would be a funny name.
Too long.
Too long.
Yeah,
Yeah.
too long. Yeah. The poor man's Paul Smith. No,
Paul
but I'm
Riff.
with the Estonian guys. Well.
Just call it Paul Riff and Friend.
Paul Riff and friend. That's funny though.
The white nan's Paul Smith.
So, maybe something on the Russian angle because he's
Estonian.
I know, but he's got jokes about like
He's going to be Russian soon.
Comedy World War.
Fucking hell.
World War comedy.
That sounds like a night, not a show.
WWC.
World War comedy.
Yeah, WWC.
That
Sounds like it would have been done
A
though.
Russian of laughter.
Ooh.
What a play on the agency.
Like comedians abroad.
That would be funny though for like us.
Because he'd get so wild up with
Call it something like controversial. Like, is Estonia a real place?
As stoned here.
And that's what we did, but we looked at it when you read it. It doesn't read.
Is Tony here?
Yeah.
Refugees comedy show or something like that. Road dogs.
From Calais with
Road
Love.
dogs.
Feels like they're getting worse.
It does.
Road dogs.
Just something like refugees.
What's his name? Ari.
Refugees. Refugees.
That's a good,
Yes,
that is a good
here
one.
we go, Simon.
That is a good one.
No, comedy refugees.
Comedy refugees is good.
That
But
is a
nobody
good
knows
one.
what a riff is. Audience people, regular people, muggles don't even know what a riff is.
I think you're doing your level best. You're doing your level best to make it a thing,
Comedy
though, aren't you?
I need
refugees.
to know because Paul Smith. It's on the website now, and I've got to change it.
Refugees, and then you can have like pound signs as these.
But nobody knows what a riff. I do love that one though. That is so good.
Comedy refugees.
Yeah.
I think in a
That would be
because it'll
so
be in
funny, that
the
would be.
studio.
Yeah. And then it can be you with like
Yeah.
looking all dishevelled on the poster with him as well.
Him, yeah.
He's good, that Ari, by the way. He is
Oh, he's
Ari
killing
Matty.
it,
Oh
yeah.
my
And
god,
he's famous in
Who?
Estonia.
I'm going first. Thank fuck.
he's so funny.
Who is he?
It's
Ari
Estonian.
Matty.
Right.
Well, he says he's good. Like he's probably
killer?
famous in Estonia, but
No, but he's good in English. I mean,
Well, he
we've
went-
only ever seen him in English. How
Did
would we know
he
if he's
say
good
he went
Estonian?
on
and there's only 5 comics. Not hard.
one of Kyle's shows in Edinburgh, comedy striptease? Ari went on. He just got off the plane, and he like half an hour before or something like that. He hadn't done a gig in English for months,
In, like,
and he
6
went on
months,
and
he was
fucking
roofed it,
roofed it.
Wow. Doing it at a
Co-hosted
second.
it last night he was on acid. I was just stoned. Co-host together. That was so funny. That done like 40 minutes up top. Brutal.
Anything else to sell, or do we?
LeBron James comedy on Instagram. Still got that comedy special in the
Do
bio. If
you
you've
ever
not watched
gig-
it yet and you like basketball,
Do you ever gig with
Great.
Dmitry Bakanov anymore?
is that the
Russian? Is he
Yeah.
Russian?
filthy immigrant guy?
He's quite dark.
But is that the name of the show, Filthy Immigrant?
I don't know.
I thought that needed some context.
Oh, That's the name of Filthy Immigrant. Is
They're all filthy
I'm
immigrants.
thinking of I haven't seen him in ages now. I know
Right.
what you mean, but I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, Kyle had just got UKIP.
UKIP comedy.
You'll put
Comedy
us to sleep.
refugees,
I
bro.
know, write that down actually.
I'm writing that.
Do you reckon would that sell, Rob?
A riffer can't write a title down, lads. Come on.
You will put us to sleep.
I know.
Oh, you heard it.
I laughed at it.
Comedy refugee. Is that how you
I laughed
spell
at
it?
it.
It just didn't
I'd
transfer.
probably go with that, or
It
maybe a
didn't
Z at
transfer,
the
did
end.
it?
They'll put
I
pound
laughed at
signs
it.
for
No,
these.
it did.
Except you laugh.
Because then you've also got like
Be
the
so
G's.
insecure about
No,
it.
I do the pound and the euro. Or the
Could
euros.
do, yeah, Euros, yeah.
Yeah. Nah, it doesn't look right.
No.
Refugees like that. Comedy refugees. I might have to. That is funny, innit?
Yeah, I reckon for what you are.
Yeah.
But I know the audience don't know that, but they will eventually when you blow
Yeah.
up. When you blow up, then
Or when you go on stage, you haven't got a joke.
What if I say comedy refugees and then I say refugees?
Hey,
you reckon?
or cross out refugees and put refugees.
Just leave it as refugees because they'll either think they've read it wrong anyway, or they'll know it.
Yeah.
If they know it, great to get the joke.
The issue is,
If they don't know it, they've read it wrong and think it's meant to say refugees and they'll come anyway.
yeah, the issue is, and I don't think it's going to bother you because you've got no morals, but people might come and think, oh, it's Canadians who are refugees, let's support them. And there's-
Well, technically,
Yeah, but
Kyle
audience-
doesn't have a home, so
Oh, he is, and I don't have.
He's got no place on the circuit. He's got no home on the circuit in comedy.
I go. Not many people.
doesn't own his own bed.
Are
For
you a lawyer?
starters.
Is that what
Not many
you're...
people are a refugee in their own city. I am. Where are you from? What is your name?
Doesn't even own his own bed. You know what I
There
mean?
you go. Exactly.
If
When are you
anything,
gonna-
it's a waste of a title, don't
Comedy
worry.
refugees.
I want
Comedy
it.
refugees.
When are you going to own your own bed? That's what I want to know.
I mean, I've flipped the mattress of Adam Hughes's. It's mine now.
Wow.
Finders keepers.
Wow.
I
Finders sleepers.
just want to know, do you ever have plans to own your own bed?
Nah, I'm just gonna pay rent till I die. Oh, my mum's got a house in Busselton in Australia. I'll have that when she's dead. That's my plan. That's my plan A. Plan to Z. When she dies, I'll have a house.
So matter of fact.
And I'll retire in
I think it's a
Perth.
lot of people's
Retire
plan.
in Perth.
What about you, Andy? Are you going to stay?
I've still got my house, I think, as far as
You're gonna be a bachelor forever.
Well,
You
Bachelor
never settle
noodles.
down.
you know, if you clip that or edit that thing out about Miss Wales
Oh, no.
2017,
That's fully
it
staying.
might, might catch fire with her and a couple of
How did you meet Miss Wales? 2017?
Anglo-Welsh kids
Yeah.
come back on another one.
How
Say this is
how
where
did
it
you,
all started.
Just a little,
How did you
couple
meet?
of little Dexters.
Any timelines?
We met Simon. We met online.
What one? Hinge.
Yeah, what's that one? Yeah,
Was it Hinge?
yeah.
Oh, what are your questions?
Well, the prompts aren't they on Hinge?
Yeah.
I've got I think
You've
I've got quite a
definitely
funny
left
one.
a funny date story on your profile.
Well,
son,
first
haven't
and foremost, they're all the pictures of me doing stand up.
Oh,
I saw this the other night. Yeah.
Yeah, but one of the.
you? Have you got a voice note on your profile?
No. You've got to keep that back, haven't you?
Right.
Elements of mystique.
yeah,
But-
you feel like the kind of person who put music on it. Like, I'll listen to this while you scroll.
No.
Come on, let's see.
No. I think what is it? What the question, which is basically sort of like what will
What are your
make
prompts?
what will make. I can't remember exactly what it is, but it's like what would tick the box for you type thing. What are you looking for? And I say I'm just looking for a mild-mannered lady who will do as she's told for once.
Bold.
And that gets a lot of
Hate.
traction.
Oh, yeah.
Next profile picture.
Yeah.
Why I order?
I think most people understand there's an element of tongue in cheek there, or is there?
Very
there's,
Carragher again, that.
there's another one. What's the other one? Oh, the secret to getting to know me. I just say stalk me Instagram profile and then put me handle there, and it is basically self PR. And then
You're looking for gigs on Hinge?
It's terrible.
followers at the very least.
Yeah.
Come to Laugh Hard Comedy.
Middle.
Flowers of
I'll swipe
December.
on that. Swipe left on the middle. Or close. I love that.
Yeah.
And what's the last one? What's the fucking last one? It'll come to me. But no, I'm on that. I'm on Tinder. My Tinder profile's so embarrassing though.
Why?
Don't even let my girlfriend look at it, to be honest with you.
End it on a joke there.
Here he is.
Have we hit one? Oh, we've hit
He's come with
137.
bits. Yeah, we can finish now.
Roachy wanted to land the last one. Come on, Riffmeister. Come on, you land the riff quick.
We do need the bad taste of that joke out of the listeners' ears.
Yeah,
I would say.
yeah.
I apologise. We were experiencing some unfunny technical difficulties then. Guys, I'll leave you the riff.
Go on. Yeah.
You can see him struggling. Where's it coming
Yeah,
from?
go on. Go on, Roachy.
Is any of this in shots for the cameras?
Riff off, Roachy.
I'm riffing off screen here. Fuck's sake, I'm riffing off screen.
Where's a cookbook when you need one?
Yeah. Where's the riff for the audio listeners?
Yeah, a wise man once said, get away from my window, and that was Roachy when I was trying to stay at his.
Try not to misspeak when you do a riff. I think it's.
No, you can't
Where
force the
are
riff.
we finding you, Kyle?
You finding me in a nice 2-bedroom house in the Dingle now, quite frankly, whatever. LeBron
just swore at the camera.
LeBron James comedy on Instagram, nice one.
There we go. And Roachy.
Hinge, Tinder, Bumble, and Andy.Roachy on Instagram, and the Scouse House on Instagram also.
What about Laugh Hard? Where they found?
Oh yeah,
Where they
thank
find
you, Rob.
tickets for that?
Laughhard.co.uk.
And the Plaza gig, if that gets on sale, make sure we sell at the top tier.
Yeah.
And comedy refugees.
And
I already love it.
another one podcast on the
having it.
of November.
I'm assuming the Audi now was. Yeah, come to the live show. See you in a bit. Sign up to the Patreon.
Say that.
Say that.